Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this evening, this afternoon. We're excited to be here for Latinx in Gaming, your one-stop shop for my mom and pop for all your tabletop role-playing needs. We got some amazing people here to play some spoopy games. Today, we will be playing Kids on Bikes. Bam! A tabletop role-playing game where a bunch of kids get into adventures that are way too much for them. Just to put that lightly. And my name is DeAngelo Murillo. I am from The Geek Life, and today with me are some amazing content creators. We're actually going to go ahead and have Utahime introduce herself first.
I'm Utahime Cosplay. I'm a cosplayer and a streamer here on Twitch, and I've been getting into D&D and role playing, so I'm super excited to be doing this. This is really fun. This is my first time playing Kids on Bikes, and with such an amazing group of people. So let's go.
Nice. And then going over to Andrew, aka Durlap, the ridiculously good looking man.
No, stop. What's up,
It's
everyone?
true.
Oh, you're too kind. What's up, everyone? My name is Andrew J. Alandy. Some of you know me as Durlath from the fighting game community. I am a gamer. I'm also a streamer, and I go to a lot of conventions in the California area. I've hosted at a couple of them. Really excited, of course, to play Kids on Bikes. My first time as well doing this. A lot of fun. So, hey, let's have a great show.
Yeah. And then going over to Alex, who works for a small indie company. We may not have heard of it. Could you introduce yourself and where you're from?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Alex Marin. I'm Director of Strategy and Business Intelligence for Activision Publishing. Played D&D growing up as a kid. Been a while since I rolled a D20, but I'm pumped to be part of this team, and I don't stream games, but I help make them. So I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. And last but not least, Greg Hadley from Sunny Day Studios. Could you please introduce yourself?
Yo, what's up? My name's Greg DeLeg. I'm part of Sunny Day Studios. We do comedy skits. I have a podcast with my best friend. You might know me from like if we went to high school together, or, like community college, but I'm pretty low key. But let's get it.
Okay, so we're gonna make sure all of our audio is good. So everyone's saying that my audio is coming in strong, but everyone else is a little low. So if you guys could like adjust your mics a little bit higher, just in case, and then just let us know throughout the stream if you guys need anything audio wise and all that kind of stuff. But now, so once again, Kids on Bikes features kids, and this adventure will feature kids from like 10 years old to around like 15 years old. So now we're going to go into the actual characters. And this adventure takes place in 2002, Phoenix, Arizona. And some would say like a better time. Yeah, so it's a very different time. So let's go over to Utahime first. Could you introduce your character and like physical description and all that kind of stuff?
Um, this, I'm going to be playing Isabella Martinez. Her friends call her Bella, and so does her dad. She actually is raised in a single parent home, so her dad is the main provider, but she tries to help out. She's tall, fairly tall, like probably taller, almost as tall, if not taller than the guys here, at least for her age as a 13-year-old girl. She's very much a tomboy. She does have a dark brown curly hair, brown eyes. She loves some of the old school bands that her dad basically made sure that she grew up listening to. One of them was Journey, so she has like kind of an old school Journey t-shirt with her hoodie because she thinks she's really cool. She has her light wash, destroyed denim jeans, and also too, the nice Converse, white Converse shoes, and all the girls need like the hairband on the wrist. Just in case you got to pull back your hair, getting ready for who knows what. She also too is definitely one you will find out does know martial arts, and she's been training since elementary school. So yeah, she can hang in with the boys. That's Bella.
Nice. And then going over to Andrew.
All right, so my character's name is Vance Mendez. In the same grade as Isabella there. I'm playing the loner weirdo type character, which is kind of unfair because it's actually what I was when I was 12, 13 years old. So a lot of this is just based on the way I lived my life. I wanted to be involved in everything. So Vance definitely loves to have a hand in everything, but is not very super totally open about it unless he's with people that he's very comfortable with, which is in case all the friends that we're going to be on our adventure with today might be a little superstitious, might be a little reckless, but generally cool under pressure and always tries to be prepared. One of his big things is he's ultra competitive. So being the ultra competitive type, sometimes he might see things that aren't a challenge for him as, oh, I need to show up and show that I'm worth my medal. So Dance, we're gonna have some fun today with this one, and we're gonna be referencing a lot of things from 2002 and beyond. So let's see how many we can fit in there.
Nice. And then going over to Alex.
Sure. So I will be playing Cassidy out of Isu. He's a second-generation immigrant. His family and his dad came to the U.S. when he was a kid, and was a big fan of westerns. That's part of how he learned English, was watching reruns of old western movies, and loved Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. So he passed the name down to his kid. Cassidy doesn't particularly love the name Cassidy, so he goes by Cass. But he's generally easygoing. In terms of his trope, he's the laid-back slacker. So as you can imagine, he wears a fair amount of denim, band music, band shirts. He has he's into the late '90s retro grunge sound, and some he's got the Sublime shirt on right now. And when we meet him, he's just into that like retro fashion. Personality-wise, he's pretty easygoing. A little bit rebellious, though, in terms of he has a bit of a chip of his shoulder. And he's a little absent-minded. He tends to kind of sometimes forget what's going on and likes to take things a little slow. He's as much Jay as he is Silent Bob in that regard. And he's a little bit secretive. He has some trust issues as well. So I'm going to be playing him a little bit. He may know more than he lets on, and it might take some digging to figure out. And he might surprise you.
Nice. And then really quick, people in chat were like, man, it's so weird that their like voices are so low for us, but that yet everyone seems to hear each other. And I was like, that is so weird. And I look over at my settings, and my bar for desktop audio was like super down, so I was like, whoops. And then so hopefully that fixes everything. Yeah. And then
glad it happened now and not during the
I know, right? Exactly. Whew.
That's true.
And then all right, going over to Greg.
All right, 1 second. So my character's name is Roger. His full name is Roger Orthelius Arthur Rabbit. But his nickname is Hop, so you guys don't have to remember any of that. Because he's always jumping to conclusions. I play as a conspiracy theorist. He's really into aliens. His mom actually works for NASA in Houston, Texas. That's where he's from. But he recently moved back into Phoenix with his dad, who lives here because, marriage problems. He has his characteristics: tall, lengthy, but also very skinny. He always has like black shades on, a wrestling shirt, probably like an NWO. I think they came back in '02. Brock Lesnar maybe. Triple H right there.
Eddie Guerrero's still alive?
That going on. Oh, too soon. Oh, it's his birthday today.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Bro, yeah.
I think he died in November. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
That's crazy. But yeah, he's also very secretive as well. He keeps to himself. He's also very clumsy. He doesn't play sports. He's not that kind of guy. He does want to be a professional wrestler one day, but it's just a hope. But yeah, that's pretty much it. He's just a chill dude. And yeah.
Right on. So before we get into the adventure, which, by the way, I have to apologize to like all of you guys, because I think Utahime is the only one that's ever played tabletop RPGs with me. And last time we played, I went very, very light on it because I didn't want to like scare her away. But this time I'm going like full horror. I absolutely love cosmic horror, which deals with a lot of misery and woe. So in this adventure, there will be a lot of like graphic violence, a lot of sanity issues, a lot of like weird creatures that go bump in the night, and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully it'll be entertaining for not only the players but also the viewers and everything like that. I'm going to try my best to interact with chat as much as possible. So chat, first thing I need you guys to do is give me 2 names, because there's 2 NPCs that I did not write names for, and I need your guys' help to do that. While we're doing that, keep in mind that Latinx in Gaming is actually raising money for two amazing charities. If you scroll down, you can see how much money we raised so far, and it's incredible that people are donating. I donated myself like $20 and everything, and it's incredible. Please, 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 if you have any sort of money, even a single dollar, it goes so far. It's for Game Heads, and then also Panthera, I believe, and you'll find all the information down low, and it'll be super good. Yeah. And then, okay, now for you guys, one more time to reiterate, none of us have really played this before. Actually, I guess like me and actually a few of you guys we played tiny little sessions, but we're all sort of new to this. So at any time, if you have any questions, feel free to just ask for it and let me know, and that's completely fine. Whenever you're speaking in character, try to hold up like a pencil or something like that. That way, it helps me determine whether it's you, like as a player, asking a question, or if it's your character legitimately speaking and everything. And because be careful, because if you do like fiddle with your pencil and you say something, that is going to be your character speaking, just to let you know and all that. And then, all right, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the actual session. So it is August 15th, 2002, and you are about 12 to like 14 years old. What is your guys' age, actually, before we go on?
13 for Bella.
13?
14.
14?
13.
13?
14.
14, okay.
Well,
13 to 14, yeah. In like 8th grade, going on to freshman year of high school and everything like that. And you find yourselves in Phoenix, Arizona during the summertime, which is the hottest of all seasons for Arizona and everything. And you all attend Arroyo Middle to High School, and you've known one another since you were kids, as all of your parents worked for the Phoenix Republic, which is a local news outlet in various departments, whether you're photographers or video journalists or anchors or or just editors and all that kind of stuff. And because your parents were all friends, you bonded with one another because you all went to Moon Valley Elementary School, and it was you four and then one other kid by the name of Joshua Hendricks, and you guys would play all the time and go on a bunch of adventures. You all talk about how there's different rumors that need to be solved about supernatural things around your guys' neighborhood. But unfortunately, in the summer of 1999, there was a recession that hit really, really hard, resulting on multiple layoffs and your parents had to find like different jobs and kind of ultimately split apart a little bit and even physically moved, which kind of hit your relationships with one another. And now that you're in like 8th grade or so, you all find yourselves in different social groups. You see each other around school and everything like that. And sometimes you give a passing like, hello, how's it going? And all that kind of stuff, but no depth to your friendship at all. And it kind of hurts a little bit. That is why one day you get an invite to Joshua's birthday party. And it surprises you. It not only surprises you, but it surprises your parents as well. And you all have mixed feelings about Joshua. He was kind of like the leader of the group, quote unquote, who would make up all the games, would be the first one into things, like the bravest and everything like that. And then when the recession hit, he changed drastically, specifically when his brother Cicero was actually born. And he just became very reclusive. He just like dug his head into manga and kind of ignored everyone and all that. And just it's sad to see, but you guys are furthest from him. So it surprised you guys when you got his birthday invite. And when it hit your parents, when it got to your parents' attention, they were kind of like, you know what? I think you should go. You guys were really, really good friends back in the day, and this is something that you guys should do. So whether or not you want to do it willingly, or you are forced to do it by your parents, you're like going to go to their birthday party and everything. And so you get your backpack, you load it with stuff that you feel is like, relevant, or maybe you forgot some school supplies that you forgot to take out or anything like that. But you get your backpack, you get on your bike, and you begin to head out. And then let's go one by one and talk about our backpacks. Our bikes. So Utahime, could you tell me about Bella's bike?
Yes, I shall. So Bella was super stoked on this bike. Her dad basically, made this old 90s purple Haro, like the BMX bikes back in the day. Super cool. He pimped it out pretty much. So he made it purple and her favorite color, and it has the peg. So like if friends want to try to like ride on the back of the BMX bike, like kind of lower to the ground. But yeah, it's that she was super stoked to get that one Christmas. But yeah, it's the purple Haro from the 90s. We love that, but we just made it more cool.
Nice. And then going over to Andrew, or sorry, Vance.
So Vance, gotta have the pen, of course. My bike, I love this bike. I'm not gonna lie, it's new. I know that it might be the envy of some of the kids on the blog, although I don't really interact with them that much. But it's my Schwinn Frontier in dark red. I mean, it's gotten me everywhere. I mean, I take it around the neighborhood. No real bells or frills on it because that stuff just really gets in my way. But ultimately, I love this bike, and I kind of don't know what I'd do if I lost it.
Okay. And then going over to Alex, or Cass.
Yes. It's a bike. Gets me where I need to go when I need it. It's a little grimy, but who needs to clean their bike, right? I mean, it's just a bike. It's got some stickers on it. My brother kind of got me into some cool bands on there, man. So any of you guys listen to Sublime, 311, Incubus, that's my jam. That's my music. Sublime Sun, there's like multiple on them. But yeah, it's a little grimy. It's black. It's a bike. I don't know what the brand is. It's a thing, right? You ride it, and then you don't.
Nice. And then going over to Hop.
So, mom, I don't really talk that much, you know. I get kind of emotional thinking about it, but she actually bought me this Huffy mountain bike, silver, black decals, shiny. It's like metallic. But yeah, she bought it for me for my birthday. It was in July. But yeah, and then I always have a soda can put in the back of my spoke, make it sound like a motorcycle. Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Of course. Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's
Right on. So you guys all get onto your bikes. You leave the front door of your house and like close it behind you as you ride down the roads or the streets that you have driven down before and everything. And you guys, like, this was your territory. You guys went through here all the time growing up and everything. But nowadays, they seem so unfamiliar to you a bit. As you all make the same route you always did when you were so excited to get to each other's homes. Usually, Josh's home was the main house that you guys would all have fun into because it was the biggest house and everything. And sure enough, you turn the corner and you guys all see one another, and you kind of like make your way together for the first time in a long time, all four riding next to each other. And yeah, the sound of your bikes are clicking by and everything like that, and then your cars are like sparsely coming to and fro, and there's a bit of an awkward silence between you guys. Do you guys want to break the silence or allow it to continue?
so that's all that Josh is having to eat. I'm lactose intolerant.
I mean, I don't know. More than likely, there's going to be pizza. I mean, he always usually ordered pizza. So for us, when we hung out, you were the only one who couldn't eat the pizza.
Yeah. So why is he ordering it?
Because the rest of us, the rest of us can eat pizza. Sorry, dude. I mean,
Sorry that it's his birthday. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Can we not make it weird, guys?
Sorry.
Also, sup?
Yeah. Hey everyone. Long time.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So I think it's pizza, or
Are we back to the pizza again? Can we talk about like, what have you guys been up to?
oh, you guys hear about? Never mind. So the Homeland Security, huh? That's the whole thing that happened.
You're definitely the same, Hops.
Yeah.
Haven't changed one bit.
Hey Bella. Long time, huh?
Yeah. Vance, what have you been up to?
I mean, ever since I haven't seen you guys, and I just kind of play games now. I mean, shoot, want to get better. I mean, I really got into like fighting games like Capcom versus SNK 2, and like I don't know. I mean, I just got a just got my PlayStation, and I
Dude,
think
do you remember going to the arcade and when we like tried to battle? You tried to battle me in Tekken, and I bodied you.
we're not bringing that up. Cat Hop, dude. No, she did. She totally didn't. She didn't
Hop.
body.
Pops, dude, it was because of you. You like, I didn't have the money to play that day at the arcade, and you loaned me some cash, and that was really dope. And yeah, we were able to get some rounds in, and I totally killed him. It was great.
Fifth.
And at this time, Cass, you notice something out of the corner of your eye. Can you do a like brains check? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna look at the die representing your brains, and then go ahead and roll it.
Give me 1 second.
Of course.
What am I got?
The first roll of the session. Oh,
10. All right.
Nice.
Oh dear. It's a 1.
it's a 1. Okay, so for everyone, how this game works is that they have various die types that are associated with each skill. I set a difficulty check, and this difficulty check was like 4. So the further you get away from what you were supposed to get, the worse it is. But this one is simply that you thought you saw something out of the corner of your eye, but it turned out to just be a car turning the corner. You pay it no mind. With that, you guys hear the sound of a bike that's pedaling really, really fast. 3 of them, in fact. As you suddenly hear the sounds of a familiar old snickering, you know to be of Cody Daniel, who is the local bully, the only one that is taller than Bella in your guys' neighborhood, other than like adults and all that kind of stuff. But and he's like, "Hey, nerds!" as he pulls up next to you guys with his 2 friends, Tinks, and the other person was so unpopular you never learned their name, and they are being pretty aggressive, riding next to you guys and being like, "What are you guys doing around here? I thought you guys weren't together anymore."
When are you gonna grow up, Cody? Ugh, your little like goons with you. Like, I can't believe you guys are still hanging out, trying to be the cool kids. Get out of here, you loser.
She said, "I'll help you out."
The closest one to Cody is actually Hop, who seems to be the frailest of you guys. Yeah, and then so he kind of gets. Actually, go ahead and do a charm check really quick, Bella. To see if your words have an impact on him. 800, nice.
I wish that was a 3.
A 3, okay. So with a 3, you do like end up having a bit of oomph to your sound, but like focusing on being intimidating and riding your bike and like all this sort of stuff, and seeing that Tinks and Cody Daniel and this other person you never learned the name of, chat. If you throw a name, I'll put it up there. And then and yeah, so he kind of laughs and goes like, "Whatever, I don't really care what you guys are doing. Just don't get in our way." And then he then goes and kicks with a solid kick over to Hop's bike. So Hop, go ahead and roll a brawn check to see if you can stabilize or if you fall on the street.
I gotta wait. Okay, so if I do the highest roll, I roll again, right?
Yes, that means it's exploding. So go ahead and roll again.
Oh wait, never mind. Never mind. It was a 4. I thought this was a D4. My bad.
Well,
I got 5.
5.
Because it's a D4 plus 1, so yeah, 5.
Perfect. Okay. So with a 5, you are able to stay on. Like, it does rattle your bike quite a bit, but you are able to stabilize. And then they just kind of laugh and then zoom past you guys. You guys all kind of like, it's nostalgic to feel the threat of Cody Daniels with all of you guys around. And sure enough, before you know it, you arrive at the Hendricks' house. Now, you know the Hendrickses have a 2-story house. It's pretty large, and you're greeted with a locked iron fence. And how would you guys like to handle this situation?
While we're walking up, I want to like again. I'm gonna be in character right now. Oh my God, Cody gets on my last nerves. And who does he think he is? He has those stupid frosted tips like JT back in the day. You're not Justin Timberlake, dude. And he doesn't even rock that look anymore. Like, so annoying.
Perfect. And you all station your bikes next to the iron gate as you kind of rattle it a little bit and see that it actually is locked. There's a few options just to, as a dungeon master, welcome you guys into here. You guys have various options. You can climb the fence. You can kind of like try to break it open. You can yell for help. Whatever solution you feel is right, go ahead and present it, and I'll let you know what die is associated.
I do have a Swiss Army knife in my backpack that my dad gave me as a gift. Can I use maybe that to try to like get the gate open?
Yeah, go ahead. So street smarts will be wrapped into grit. So go ahead and roll a grit.
Ooh, that was a 2.
You need to like microwave those dice. So
So maybe that's just me. Like, this is my first time using the Swiss Army knife. At least this end of it. I don't
Dude,
know.
Bella, are you kidding me? It's a knife. It's an iron gate, and are you like a lockpicker or something now?
Classic Bella.
Hey, I'm
Classic
just trying to
Bella.
get this thing open. I mean, my dad gave this to me. He said I can use it in instances where I need tools and stuff. So I mean, why not?
Oh, great. I mean, is there anything around, like, I don't know, is there a call box or something? Do these? I haven't been here in so long. Like, Cass, do you guys remember anything? Like, do you see anything?
Do they have any like? Is there like a doormat? He used to hide the key sometimes. Is there anything around?
go ahead and do a brains check.
Also, just a quick question. Was that deserving of adversity token because
Yes.
of the fact that I rolled?
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Every time you fail a check, you're gonna add a diversity token to your inventory,
Okay.
and then and then Alex or Cass.
Yeah. Rolling brains again. That's a 7.
Nice. So with the 7, you are absolutely correct. You look under the doormat and you find a key, and then you end up finding it fits like well enough, and then you unlock the door. It creaks loudly as you see the front door open and see Mr. Hendricks actually walk out. And he looks his face for a moment looked very ragged and like disconnected and everything like that, and kind of 1,000-yard stare. But then he sees you guys and immediately cheers up as much as he can. He's still very gaunt. He still has rings around his eyes and everything. And he's like, "Oh, you guys remember this house like you did, years ago? Come on in, kids." And we'll be, Josh is gonna be so excited to see you guys. And then he kind of opens the door and then goes like, "Take your bikes and bring them in here. That way you guys can make sure to they're all safe and sound." And do you guys do so or rebel or anything?
Thank you, sir.
All right, perfect. And one by one, you all bring in your bikes. You station it. He closes the gate, takes the key from you, and then ends up. Actually, he doesn't take the key from you, so you still have it. And he welcomes you into the home. And you see Mrs. Hendricks' head pop out of the corner, being like, "Hey, kids! Oh my gosh, you guys have grown so big! And we'll order a pizza right after you guys get back from Laser Quest. For now, Josh is upstairs and playing video games. So go ahead and hang out there and all that." And then Mr. Hendricks actually stops you for a moment and goes like, "That's right, kids. All right, so for Laser Quest, I'm not made of money or anything like that, but here's $15 each. That way you guys can at least get a game in and some snacks and all that." So he whips out his wallet, his thick wallet, and pulls out those $10 and $5 bills to you. So you add $15 to your inventory, and if you don't have any money right now, go ahead and roll like a 1d10, and then that'll be your starting money, and then just add $15 onto it. I think, Cass, you are wealthy, so you get $50 immediately, and then
Spoiler, bro.
yeah. Oh, sorry. You hit. Yeah.
I rolled an 8, so that's
$8. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I rolled a 1.
I'm balling.
Falling.
And then
Do
perfect.
I still?
Huh?
Wait, can I can I go to Mrs. Hendricks?
Huh?
And then excuse me, ma'am. So I don't know if you know this, but we have a friend who's lactose intolerant. So is there like any other food option as well?
And then she goes, "Yeah, absolutely. We'll make sure to order a bunch of chicken wings because I know that Hop is lactose intolerant. I got you covered. We're gonna have tons of hot wings, just the way you like it. And then with extra ranch, of course. And then
Hendricks.
Shoot you, Miss H. Make
Yep.
sure you get that barbecue.
No, you got it, Hop. Anything for you.
Show some manners.
My bad.
And then one by one, you all race upstairs, and then you find in this house. I put way too much detail in this house, but in this house on the second floor, there is an upstairs bathroom. Sorry, in the hallway to your immediate left is an upstairs bathroom. Down the hall is the parents' room. Straight ahead of you is Cicero's room that you notice is locked from the outside, and actually like a padlock on it, which is you always kind of exchange sort of weird glances at it. You know from your basic rumors, because you didn't really get to experience Cicero, because that's when Joshua became reclusive, was when Cicero was born. But you know that the rumors floating around was that he had a lot of medical issues, and he just had to be under like extreme supervision and like all this medical equipment attached to him and all that. So you kind of assume, but it's still weird that they have it locked, the actual door. But you can hear the slight sounds of medical equipment beeping and humming and hissing. And then at the end of the hall, you do find Josh's room that's cracked open a little bit. The smell of teenage boy room wafts over you. Was Axe around that back then? What do you say, Axe body spray? Yeah.
Chocolate.
Oh,
Yeah. And then you see various posters of like Tenchi Muyo and Dragon Ball Z and like all that kind of Gundam Wing and everything. And then Joshua is like sitting in front of his TV, playing Metal Gear Solid, and then kind of sees you guys and goes like, "Oh, hey," and kind of seems very anxiety ridden, which is totally different from what you experience as kids. You all enter his room and kind of close the door behind you. And he kind of looks over at you guys. Do you want to exchange anything or anything? Toonami, yes.
hey man, what's up?
And he kind
Happy
of,
birthday.
he's like, yeah, thanks. How have you guys been?
Pretty good. So where's your brother at, dude?
And he winces a little bit when you mention his brother, and he goes, he's in that room over there. I actually like wanted to talk to you guys about this a little bit. And he kind of goes over, he gets up, walks over to his door, and then kind of locks it and closes it. And then goes over to his TV and then turns the volume all the way up. That sweet Metal Gear Solid music. The alert sound of you being caught, and then like all that kind of plays. And he goes, "So I'm sorry about this. I know this is completely out of character for me. We haven't talked in years. I'm so grateful that you actually answered like my invitation, this call, and everything. But you're the only ones I can think of that I need help from. And so what I'm going to ask you is going to sound bonkers and crazy, but I just need your guys' help, and I'll give you guys my video game collection, all my manga, all of my hentai, and some other stuff as well. Whatever you guys need."
Dude, Josh, what you're gonna give all this stuff? We would. I'm pretty sure we'd help you out without you having to like give up everything, dude. What gives?
Jump to conclusions here.
I mean, but I remember he would like give his right arm before he gave away any of his games or any. I mean, me trying to borrow a game from him, it was like literally pulling teeth. He never wanted to let me borrow anything, and now he's trying to like give it away. I'm like, what's going on, man?
And you definitely see the complete collection of like the Trigun manga and then Legend of Dragoon there, and you see Final Fantasy VII and all this stuff that you're like, oh damn, I want that so bad. And he goes like, I know, but like I'm desperate and I can't do this by myself. And if you don't help me, I'm probably going to fail, and I cannot fail. And he kind of gathers you guys a little bit closer and goes, something's going on with my parents, and I've been noticing it for a while now. Ever since my brother was born, they have been acting super weird, and I feel like they are doing something to my brother, because one night I got up in the middle of the night, just going to the bathroom because I heard some noises from the other room that I thought was like Cicero's voice, but I've never heard his voice before, because ever since I was told my entire life that he was like in a coma essentially. But sure enough, I was super groggy. I walked over and peeked into his room because it was open for the first time in like months, and I saw my parents like aggressively handling him, and he looked like he was saying stuff and trying to get out of his actual bed, but they ended up injecting him with something and then pushed him down and said that they only needed a few more weeks before they didn't have to worry about it anymore. So I'm terrified that they're going to do something to my brother. And my plan is that tonight I'm going to go ahead and get him out of here. I have cousins that live in South Phoenix. They hate my parents and they will never give me up. I'm just gonna go over to my cousin's house and then be able to go over to just get him the help he needs. And all I need you to do is tonight at like 2 a.m. we're gonna strike, and just like I have an extra key that I found it and stole it, and I'm gonna unlock it, and then we just need to carry him out of there, and that's it. And he kind of like unloads all of this, vomits information to you guys, and go ahead and make a grit check to see if you guys can emotionally handle this information.
Rolled an 11.
11? Nice. You're loving it. This is like, you got it, bro.
I rolled a
the
3.
one.
A 3? Okay, and a 1?
An 8 for me.
Okay.
8 for me.
So Bella and Vance, you guys are like, well, it's up to you what you want to do, but this does not phase you at all. You're like, yeah, sounds good. Your parents are going to kill your little brother, and like we were moving. What's going through your guys' mind right now? What do you guys? How do you want to respond?
Well, I'm intrigued about the video game collection, but also I'm also a little bit curious about his. That's why I asked about his brother, because I am curious about it. But it is like I didn't expect it to be this.
Your parents, they're nice people. Why would they want to hurt your brother?
And he kind of looks. He gets a little bit frustrated. He goes, "They're not nice people. Ever since he was born, they've treated him super weird. They've grown distant from me, and they wouldn't let me go out or anything like that. The only way that I could get people over was because it was my birthday. I've been planning this for months, and I know that for a fact that they're going to hurt him." And yeah, he kind of just paces back and forth, and he goes, "I know I sound crazy," and yeah, go.
And we can't go to the police about this. I guess you have a reason for not calling the authorities.
And you guys all kind of think about it a little bit, and you're like, I can't go to the cops. Like, they would never believe me. And I know that my parents are smart enough, because they've been doing it this whole time, like making him intentionally sick, or I think they're putting him into a coma with whatever they're pumping into him. So they should be able to convince the cops some way, and I just can't let it happen. Cass?
Does this mean we don't get pizza?
And he goes, well, yeah, you guys will get pizza. Obviously, we can't hijack or kidnap my little brother with an empty stomach. But after pizza,
Vance is gonna lightly elbow Cass on the side and be like, "Dude, seriously? Like, you think about pizza at a time like this? It's Josh, man."
Dude, it's comfort food. I can't process this right now. I can process pizza.
Anyway,
I can't.
what do you think that it is that they're pumping into your brother?
and
You said you thought that it was something that they were giving him, but did you see what was it a vial? What was it in? Was it I don't know, they were sticking something in him or what?
the best way, he just tries to describe it the best way like a 13-year-old can, where he goes, those things that you stick into your vein whenever you get hurt or anything like that. They have that hooked up to him. They also have a couple things attached to his temples, and the machines seem like very high quality. I don't even know how they got that much money, but apparently for whatever reason they're doing this to him, and I don't know why, but I know it's going to get worse if we don't handle it. And at that time, a knock comes on the door that's very strong, and then the handle begins to jiggle, and then it goes like, "Hey kids," and it goes, "Josh, I told you you're never allowed to lock your door. Unlock it right now." And then you see him go wide-eyed and scramble to the front or to the door and then unlock it. And he goes, "Sorry, sir." And he goes, "It's okay. Are you kids gonna go to Laser Quest still? Because you guys better go before they close at 6 p.m. or whatever." And he kind of goes, "No, I think we're gonna stay here and just play video games and all that kind of stuff." And then and he kind of like looks very shifty eyed. And you see his dad is kind of like wincing a little bit, trying to be like, "What are you playing at?" Do any of you want to step in with a charm check to try to convince? Okay, Cass.
I'll take a stab. That didn't go so good. I got a 2.
Two. All right. Now, keep in mind that you can always spend your.
Pizza. I can't help it. I wanted to be charming. It's just pizza's all I got in my head.
Keep in mind you can spend your adversity tokens to increase your score, or since you guys are all there together and there's no like immediate threat, you can give him some of your adversity tokens to help his score out. What?
Can I try to charm, since I already talked to Mrs. Hendricks before and was polite, unlike other people?
Ha. Psh. So, Cass, go ahead and say what you were going to say first, and then we'll go to Bella.
I rolled a 2, right? So I got to keep that in mind. So I'm gonna go.
His concern or his suspicion is kind of like growing a little bit as his eyebrow is raising. And then Bella?
That was a 5.
A 5? Okay. So with a 5, what do you say?
Well, I mean, we were talking to Josh, and he just wanted to catch up. We haven't seen each other in a while, and I know I haven't seen Cass or Vance or Pops too, and we have a lot to talk about. So and we haven't played Metal Gear Solid, like we haven't played this one yet. So we planned on trying to finish it with him, of course, after eating lots of pizza and chicken wings. But so would that be okay as an option for us to make Josh happy? It's his birthday.
So you had a 5, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You need a 6. Does anyone want to give an adversity token to help out?
I don't got any.
No, you should have one because you failed the. Oh no, you did pass. Never mind.
No,
right,
I didn't.
yeah.
I passed it. Yeah.
That's right.
Utahime, didn't you fail
Wait, I do have one.
Okay.
I'll use it.
Okay.
I'll use it.
Yeah. So you end up like turning on your charm, and then Mr. Hendricks kind of like eyes you guys and goes, "Okay, well, whatever you think is best. Go ahead and keep the money for whatever like you guys want to buy this weekend for like any snacks or anything like that." And then he kind of goes, "Well, just keep the door unlocked." And then he kind of like closes it a little bit, and then ends up walking away. And you guys all kind of breathe a collective sigh of relief. Is there anything you'd like to do before we get to the actual like nighttime? All right. So with that, what happens? And then like one reason I'm like kind of fast forwarding is I have a whole like notebook of like stuff. And I'm like, oh shit! So I gotta get through this. Anyways, so you guys end up agreeing that like, all right, we'll help you out, and kind of like take some time to divvy up who's gonna get what when like this all succeeds. So like one of you is getting Legend of Dragoon, other one people are getting manga, other one's getting spicy manga, and then all this kind of other stuff and everything. So after that, what happens is that you guys go downstairs, you all sort of eat pizza, and because of your successes with the charm check, the parents are none the wiser, as they're like, oh, you silly kids, and everything like that. But all the while, they're kind of just like sitting next to each other, whispering into each other's ears, and then kind of like looking over to Josh and you guys. And then after everything's done, you guys finish up everything. You make sure not to eat too much. That way, if you need to run for your lives, you can do so. And they end up packing everything up. You guys get ready for bed, and you all pretend to sleep in your actual clothes, shoes on, and all that kind of stuff. And then, sure enough, the time has come, as it's 2 a.m. And then he goes, "All right, we got to get up now." And the like super darkness, maybe like some night light is shining in the room just enough so you're not completely blind, and the moonlight is shining through. You all kind of get up, and he goes into his closet. Joshua goes into his closet and pulls out an aluminum bat. And he goes, does anyone, like, who's the strongest of us?
I mean, I would guess probably me, because I'm the one who trains at the dojo after school most days out of the week.
And then he goes, all right. And he hands it over to you. It feels awkward in your hands as you're like, what am I going to do with this aluminum bat? Like, they just gave me pizza. Am I legit going to, like, beat the shit out of him? And then So he pulls out the key and then goes, okay, we have to be like super super quiet about this. I'm gonna go over and unlock it. We'll probably need like two people at least to like get him unhooked and carry him out. And then we're gonna go out my window because there's a small like patio roof, and then after that we'll jump to the bikes and then we'll go ahead and get out of here. And then that's it. That's all we gotta do. And in his backpack is all the goods that way he can give it to you guys once you guys succeed and everything. And then does anyone?
Why do I that?
He goes, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like if they catch us, we gotta get out of here. Otherwise, I feel like they are gonna like legit hurt him. So like I'll take the fall for it and everything. Just if you don't feel comfortable, I can always use a
I
bag.
have collie sticks in my book bag that I brought with me. I mean, I didn't
If you
really
feel-
need it, but I mean, okay, all right.
If you feel more comfortable with that, you can always do that and then hand it back to someone else. Whatever you want to do.
Anybody else want that?
Try your Swiss Army knife again. That worked really good the last time.
Oh, oh my God. Are we gonna really take it there, Hops? Really? Do you want me to use the bat on you? Because I can do that.
Guys, we're wasting time here, dude.
Okay.
Bella, give me the
Okay,
bat.
okay.
I got it. All right.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel more. This is just weird. Okay, there.
Okay.
Has Joseph ever seen his brother or
Joshua?
like, you to him to Joshua? Yeah.
Only briefly, like when he was born, and a little bit now and then, but not much at all. So, what you guys end up doing is Joshua's going to take the lead. Who goes with them? Oh, you actually have those sticks? Nice, that's awesome. And then,
I'm ready.
yeah, okay, perfect. So,
I don't know what we're doing, but I'm ready.
Joshua's going to go first. Who's going to follow behind him?
I'm gonna be right behind him because I'm ready to go.
Okay. So, Bella, go ahead and make a flight check to try and see if you can be stealthy. Who's going to be lookout?
I'll be lookout.
You be lookout? Okay.
That was a two.
Okay. So with a 2, you're pretty nervous, and you're not really light on your feet. As every step you take, is you hear the floorboards kind of crack a little bit and yawn under your footsteps and everything. And then, but sure enough, you get to the door. He fiddles with it. He's able to open it slightly, and you guys see the medical equipment and Cicero. Cicero is only 5 years old. His hair is like dark and curly, and he's hooked up to a bunch of machines that you have no idea what they do. And he looks very vulnerable and it looks like scared and is asleep state. So you guys end up getting over to him, and he goes, "Don't worry, little brother, I'm going to get you out of this." And then he starts to unplug things, but very hastily, to the point where he's disregarding actually like stealth now. Do you want to say anything to try to get him to calm down, or do you want to help him in actually removing this medical equipment?
This is all really heavy, man. Do you want some help? I can try. I mean, I might have some band-aids, for the things that are stuck in your brother. I don't know. I can try to help.
Okay. And he goes, yeah, whatever you can do. The faster we get in, the faster we get out. And we'll say that, Cass, you're right next to the actual window, having it like propped open. That way when they get him, you guys can all like leave immediately, if you'd like to, or you can be downstairs completely waiting for them. Where would you like to be?
I'll be by the window.
Okay.
I'll be by the window.
Perfect. You have it propped open and everything. And yeah, you guys see down the hallway that the door is open, that you can hear them making sounds over there. So go ahead and Hop, go ahead and roll a brains check.
That's a 9.
A 9? Oof. Yeah, yeah, you see through the walls with your X-ray vision. No, I'm just kidding. But you do hear a lot as you're kind of like, oh shit, I hear the sound of the bed creaking and someone's coming towards that door, and you start to see the door handle begin to wiggle. And do you like say anything, do anything while they're there?
Let's just keep it relaxed right now. Let's not try to, I'm gonna stay silent.
Okay. So you stay silent and you watch as the door begins to creak open, and then over in Cicero's room. So go ahead, Bella, and roll a like brawn check to just try to like rip this medical equipment off. Actually, brawn or brains. Brawn is speed. Brains is trying not to hurt this 5-year-old kid.
Oh, that was a 12.
12 for Braun or Brains?
That's for Braun.
Braun, you just rip those things out of there like no problem. There's a little bit of blood
And
involved, but
I put bandages on him. I
yes.
have some bandages.
So you like rip all the stuff, medical equipment off of him, and you like fireman carry him out, and you get to the actual hallway as you see the door open completely, and it's Mr. Hendricks, you know, in a wife beater and like boxers and everything, and he stands about 6'2" and is a pretty like not super fit guy, but not like overweight or anything, and he sees you guys and he goes wide eyes and he goes like Rebecca, and then he rushes over to you guys with like full blown hostility. Would you like to engage or would you like to just book it?
We got a dip.
I vote on running away.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yep.
all of you guys roll a flight check.
17.
17? Oh yeah, you're Usain Bolt. You're just like boop and like out of there.
12.
12. Okay.
That's a 3 because I am fireman carrying someone.
And I rolled a 4.
A 4? Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens is that Joshua kind of engages with his dad, and then I guess he takes the element of bat since you didn't, and then he ends up swinging for his life and ends up getting his dad in the ribs, and then they crash and clatter with one another. At that point, he like actually legit punches his son in the face, and then scrambles and goes into their room and calls for his wife, and ends up getting like a syringe, it seems like. And as Josh is getting up to try to fight his dad, this man that's like larger than him, the dad pulls out a syringe and then stabs it into his shoulder, and then just injects the full thing. And you see Josh slump down. As you guys are kind of like, should we wait for Josh? So. Kat, you are out of there. No problem at all. You're already on your bike, good to go. Like, you got everything ready to go. Hop, you are out as well, like making your way down. And then it is now between Bella and Vance. So, Bella, do you want to give Vance Cicero, who is like slightly unconscious, very groggy, doesn't understand what's going on? Or do you want to like...
How old is he? And like, is he pretty light? Because he's like what age?
5 years old.
Yeah, so he's small. So I'm gonna then turn to Vance. Vance, do you take care of Cicero? I'm gonna take care of Josh. We gotta get out of here, man.
Okay, go.
And then I'm gonna try to actually assist. I don't know if I have to do like a brawn or something to
Nope,
try to see
you
if I can lift him up.
You simply pass Cicero to Vance. Vance goes to the window and clumsily like makes his way out, and then you end up turning to Vance and kind of like take a few steps over to him, as you then see Mrs. Hendricks at the doorstep with a handgun in her hands, and full blown like freaking out at the scene of everything, and then looks to you with a moment of like hesitation as she's like, I actually like Bella, and then being like, we got to deal with this. And then you hear Mr. Hendricks be like, you got to shoot her. We can't fuck this up. And then do you go ahead and roll a flight check? Or you can try to fight her, whatever you want to do in the situation. Get those sticks ready.
My God. I mean, well, I would have to wait. Is Josh still on the floor?
Yes, Josh is being occupied by his dad and passed out now, as his dad is like hunched over him.
So is he close to his dad, like where I can grab Josh and
they're tangled,
and
yeah.
hop out the window?
No,
they're still tangled.
Yeah, Josh is like a goner at this point.
Okay, and what's the distance of the mom from me? Right now?
About 6 feet, and she's not pointing the handgun at you yet, but she's getting. You can see that she's processing what she wants to do.
All right, I'm gonna try this and go pop pop pop, like try to smack her hand with one stick, and then hit her the back of her head to try to like hopefully make her go night night for a little bit.
And then Cass?
Just one quick one. How far away are we? Like, am I within hollering range where I can try to distract and make some weird like noise to like see if she looks away and gets clocked inside of the head?
So we'll say that you're actually like on the floor with the bikes, and Hop is like right next to you. You hear the sounds of yelling coming from the second story. So you could always try to do something to do that. And right now you're watching Vance slowly get down from the actual second story onto you guys. So go ahead and so we'll do
Can I roll
cast
for
first. Yeah, go for it.
What would I roll?
We'll do charm if you're trying to distract.
Got it. I got a 5.
A 5? Okay. So you yell and being and what do you say specifically?
I'm just like, hold on. So they're on the second floor brawling, and so I'm on the ground floor, but I can sort of hear screaming.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just like, what would I yell? I'd just be like, did I see any of the commotion? So I'm just trying to process this so I can know what I yell.
You didn't really see the commotion. You're hearing it that something has gone wrong, and Bella is not out yet. Same with Josh. And you're hearing the sounds of like clattering and commotion.
Oh, I shout, it's the police! It's the police, yo!
So you shout that, and then it falls sort of on deaf ears as like you see Mr. Hendricks and Miss Hendricks kind of exchange a glance of worrisome, and then he's like, "We could talk our way out of it. Just handle this." And then now we're gonna go to Bella. So Bella, you're gonna throw hands. So go ahead and roll her fight check.
And try to lunge forward to try to and then hit with one stick to the hopefully her hand and then hit her. So that way I disarm her and I also to knock her out hopefully.
Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do. And then it's brawn, right?
Correct. Or sorry, fight.
Oh, fight. My bad.
And you're gonna get a +2 because you're used to these weapons.
Okay, so that is a 5. If it was brawn, it would have been a 12. So just putting that out there.
Okay, so with
five for the fight.
So with a 5, you go up and like clock her, in the knee, and it like does cause her, some pain and all that kind of stuff. Actually, I gotta roll for her.
Try to disarm her. I wanted to go for because she said she was holding a gun. I want to try to hit that wrist with that collie stick.
So because of adrenaline and the situation that you never in a million years thought you'd be doing, where you're trying to like fight Mrs. Hendricks, it kind of makes you a little bit awkward, but you do end up like swinging and end up hitting her elbow as it kind of like throws her off a little bit, but ultimately she seems okay as she now turns to you and gets a 9. So she has a moment of like hesitation where she's like, I like Bella, and then you clock her in the elbow, and then she's like, you're dead. And then she ends up pointing the gun at you and then shooting as you feel your body involuntarily jerk backwards, and you see your own blood on the walls, and you like kind of like fall to the ground. And at this point, I'm gonna need you to make a mandatory flight check.
Oh my god.
To be nice, I'll give you a +2 because I want you to like live. Yeah.
So that's a 6.
6? Okay, it's enough. So you're like, oh shit. We're going to say that you lose your weapons as you're like, I'm done with these weapons. I'm out of here. And you end up dropping your weapons and then running out the window as you like, you awkwardly at this point, like you're just like, I just got shot. Holy shit. And then as you're...
The shot?
In the shoulder.
Okay, all right.
And then now... Here's the deal, though. Because I gave you the +2, I'm going to have you make a brawn check because you're awkwardly climbing out of this window, trying to get to the ground floor. We're going to say that you accidentally, like, slip. And let's see. And you're going to need a 6 in order to pass.
That was a 9.
9? Nice. No worries at all. As you, like, you do tumble, but then you land, like, on your feet and roll. As you see Mrs. Hendricks on the second floor window staring out at you guys, and she looks with horror as you guys are all near your bikes. You were prepared to do this, and she hesitates for just a moment and then steals her resolve as she points at you guys, and you have only a second to do something. What would you like to do? Okay, that's reasonable. Nothing. So
I mean, I'm over here just like basically like I'm shot. I'm bleeding. What is going on? So I don't do anything. Like, oh my god, am I dead?
Throw something at her, like a rock.
You try to reach out for a rock. Other people are just like open mouth as you heard the sound of a gunshot, and then you were like, oh shit, she has a gun. She's packing heat. And then at this moment, everything goes black as you hear the sound of the gunshot, fire, bang, and then you all black out. You then for a few moments. Act 1 is now complete. You then wake up to like the warm summer rain of like this monsoon, and you know that you are nowhere near the Hendrix's house anymore as you're on the street. As you hear the sound of like ringing sort of happening, and you guys kind of all like your head is pounding, and go ahead and roll a grit check to try to process what all just happened.
I got a 6.
5, 6? Okay.
14.
14? Damn!
I'm yeah, out of curiosity,
Huh?
are we allowed to take our half of our die for the check?
Yeah, we're gonna say that. There's no threat anymore. Yeah.
Okay. Since my grit die is a D20, I'm gonna take half my die, which would be 10.
Okay. So keep in mind that that is a rule. So as long as there's no immediate threat, unless you have a strength that says otherwise, you can take half your die roll for something. So if you have like a D12, you can say like, I'm just gonna take a 6 or take, half my die. That way you can guarantee that it'll be an average roll, and then yeah. So you guys all kind of wake up and you're like processing this information, and then Bella is just like, I got shot. I lost that fight. And then you see that Cicero is actually like hovering over you, your shoulder in particular, and is like pouring in lime green energy like just into you, and you see your wound actually closing as he's crying and like very scared for you guys, and you all sort of see this, and you still hear the sound of the ringing that's like a little bit.
What is that?
Thank you, Cicero. He literally. I'm healed.
Partially healed.
Partially healed.
Wait.
I like poke it. Does it hurt? Poke.
It definitely hurts. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does.
And it's not healed.
It's not rocket science. Someone gets shot, then of course, yeah, poke him with a stick. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Jeez.
So you
Wait.
also.
But it's still like, still like that was cool. I don't.
It's magic.
You're like 50 cent. You're like 1 cent. Yeah.
Oh, G unit up there.
G unit.
Yeah.
Wait, y'all. Wait. What happened? How did we end up here?
Oh
like,
my god.
does
First
anybody
of-
know what happened?
Are you okay, Cicero? Hold on, where's my back?
You have all your equipment. All your bikes are with you and everything like that, except your sticks. They're gone. Yeah. So,
Okay, I'm gonna take out some candy and give it to Cicero because he just did that, and
Yeah.
I can't imagine what's going through poor little like Cicero's head.
you see that
There you
he
go.
has like a bloody nose, and he is like crying profusely as he's in like a medical sort of gown, and he is exhausted as he kind of just like passes out a little bit, or is it groggy? At least we'll say. And the ringing is now getting closer, as like ring 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 ring, and you guys look over and see Bilal, the classic neighborhood elote man, as he comes around, and he's been here for ages. That's another rumor that you guys have all talked about, being like, man, our parents said that he was old when they were kids, so like who knows how old he is. But you see that he arrives, he doesn't pay you guys any mind really, as he just sees that you guys are customers, and he rolls up with his actual cart. And then he has an actual like sign that says like, paletas and elotes. We're gonna say that this cart is like, has all the machinery for all that kind of stuff. And but then you see that there's a slash across his neck that's a scar. So he's mute. So he doesn't have the ability to talk, but he does have signs that say like, the prices for different things. But then he actually looks and points at Cicero, and he's like, oh, and then he kind of like changes the sign to be like special items, and he goes over to you guys and then actually like finds a lever on his thing, and while you guys are all processing this information, you just kind of like watch him come over to you guys and then pull a crank, and then just crank once, and you see a little bit of like machinery begin to move from his cart, and then crank again, and it pulls out again, and then cranks the third time, and then a huge tent flops over you guys. As it does so, and you guys are like, "Whoa, what is this Willy Wonka stuff?" And then, as it does, you see there's an entrance with two like portholes, and they have metallic flaps. And as they clap together, you see that there's rain that's falling. And then when it claps together, you see the droplets of the rain, as if like time is suspended a little bit. As you guys are all sort of like processing this information. Yeah, you open
You
it,
guys,
and it continues
did
to
I
rain.
like really die back there? Are you seeing this?
This is
Am I dead?
wild. Okay, can we like try to touch some of the the rain, like reach out for it? Like, is this?
Yeah,
real
you can
life?
you can look through the porthole and see the rain suspended, maybe slowly moving down, and then as you open up the flap, it continues like shh. And you see that his cart is full blown open. The things that are on the cheat sheet are there in front of you, and shopping is pretty boring. So just look over the list and see if you want anything, and then let me know, and then just reduce that from your actual like supplies. But for everyone else, what is here in this shop are a $3 vapor rub, an elote, baby Lucas, which is actually like right here, horchata,
Yes.
and then you see some items that look very very interesting and like feel sort of mystical in nature or supernatural. There's a like hat of the Pachuco. There's a candle of Walter Mercado, and then there's a mask of El Santo that is actually all here. And he goes and looks at Bella, and then gets one of the vapor rub, and then just like throws it over to you, and then holds up a sign that says free sample, and he urges you to like use the vapor rub on your wound, and then wants you to.
Thank you. I don't know if vapor rub is for bullet wounds, but we'll see.
As you smear it, your sinus is clear, and also you see your health regenerate. It's like boop, and it's completely fine. And the bottle of vapor rub disappears in your hand. So you guys take a moment to like shop, reduce from your inventory, and all that kind of stuff. And then after that, we'll like move on. I'll give you guys like 2 minutes or so, just in case there's anything you want. Oh, I'm sorry. And Cicero is like kind of groggy, but he goes over to the candle and like really looks at it as if he wants it. Oh, actually, I got to do 3. All right, cool.
Cicero really wants the candle of Walter Mercado.
Yes.
Great taste.
Oh man.
Try to charm el lotero to see if I can.
Of course, go for it.
Yeah. Just see if we get any sort of as we say in Mexico, mochete.
Mm-hmm.
I roll a 7.
Nice. Okay, and what do you want to like say or do to like barter to get the price lower, or just flat like I'll take this for what? Go on.
Is he also Mexican?
Yes.
Like myself.
He's a strong. Yeah, he's a strong brown man, has white hair and a cowboy hat, and even though he looks like old in age and always looked this age, he looks still very sturdy. And how do you want to barter?
I would just be like, hey, come on, man. Like, we got a group of kids. Come on. Discount, as we say in Mexico, mochete, por favor. Mochete.
He like shifts the sign from $30 to $20.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Business.
And he wraps it up very gingerly, and then yeah, he hands it over to you guys. And Cicero looks.
Is that for all of the $30 things, or just the candle?
No, that's just for the candle. So that's yeah. So you like
Everything else.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. Fine.
And then feel free to add whatever items to your guys' inventory, and just keep. You don't have to tell me about it. You can whip it out whenever you feel is appropriate later on. And then keep in mind for your adversity tokens as well, because that's going to save you as we get further and further into this chaotic adventure. And
How much is the vapor rub?
$3.
I'm going to ask him. Can I get some of that magical rub?
Yeah, you see them. He ends up handing it over to you, and then asks for the money in return with the outstretched hand. All right, perfect. And he gives you a nod of gratitude.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
look at the elotero and just be like, there's, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, dude, I don't even know what happened to Josh, but I'd feel better. Vance is looking at everything. Mr. Elotero, just need one vapor rub, a baby Lucas, a horchata, and an elote. Just, I don't know. We're gonna need all this. I don't know why, but something tells me it's gonna come in handy.
He bags it all and then gives it over to you, and then moves his stock forward. And then, do you guys need anything else?
Oh, do I have to tell you what I'm buying?
No, not at all. You can just reduce it from your money on our system, and then just have it into your inventory, and then whip it out whenever. Yeah. And then perfect.
So I'm just gonna. No, I think we're good. Right?
Good. All right. So with that, he kind of gives you guys a nod of gratitude as he pulls off his hat, and then kind of bows to you guys, and then uncranks his cart as it all folds back into his actual cart, and then he moves on his way. Before he does so, though, he kind of points in at the end of the cul-de-sac, and then kind of gestures for you guys to go in that direction. And after that, he's gone. Do you guys want to look in that direction, or do you guys want to be like, oh, fuck that guy, I'm gonna go somewhere else?
No, I think we should definitely look in that direction. I mean, he was really nice, and he had all this gear for us, to really help. I mean, I don't even know what that tent was, but I think he's
Healed now though because of that vapor rub. It's not
You
more
do.
than just vapors.
You have a hole in your clothing and a sweet scar, but you feel no pain or no stress of your arm really at all. Actually, you feel a little bit. You feel a little tension. Years down the line, you might need shoulder surgery, but for right now, you're fine. And all right, with that, you guys kind of get on your bikes a little bit. Cicero is a little groggy, but you see him actually take a very keen interest in Hop as he just kind of hovers over Hop and kind of hangs on his sort of clothing and all that kind of stuff. And Hop, how do you respond to this?
I ask him, hey man, do you talk or do you know any English?
And he kind of whispers a little bit, yes, as he kind of shyly buries himself into, looks down at your feet.
Yo, hey, let's just talk. Me and you. How did you the bullet? How'd you do that?
Charm?
Oh god, I rolled a 1. Yo, what's going on, DeAngelo?
So-
You rigged it.
So,
Because of my shirt.
right?
It's
It's fine.
fine.
It's fine.
Five.
So what happens is that you say this to him, yo, what's going on here? And he kind of looks and he just kind of he considers telling you, and then he just shakes his head no, and then kind of looks over and then points at the house at the end of the cul-de-sac. Do you look at the house at the end of the cul-de-sac?
Yeah.
Dun dun! You see that it's the witch's house. That is, it's very vibrant, violet. And you guys know that this witch was also one of your rumors that you had when you were kids, that she's a little old lady who hates kids, hate people going onto her lawn, and there's rumors that she actually eats children's, and your parents actually encourage this by saying yo, if you do bad in school or you misbehave, I'm going to feed you to that witch. I'll take you to there, myself. And you guys were like, no! So you do see it, and now at this moment there's two things that happen. One, the summer monsoon is really picking up as these light bit of summer rain is starting to turn into heavy droplets that's starting to really come down hard, and your clothes are starting to get soaked, and you look off onto the horizon and see a haboob is actually making its way over. For those that don't live in Arizona and don't know what haboob is, it's a giant sandstorm that just encompasses everything when it comes through. I don't know if literally they can happen at the same time, but we're going to say DM magic it does. So, what would you guys like to do?
That haboob is getting really close. Do you guys see anywhere we can hide?
We really need to find some shelter somewhere. I mean, also too, we have Cicero. What if they try to say that we kidnapped him? I mean, technically we sort of did, but I don't want to go to jail, and I just got shot. I mean, that's a lot.
Your rap career would be amazing, though. Think about that.
Street cred. 100.
Dude,
I see no point in going to the witch's house. I've heard some nasty things going on over there. I think we should.
The witch's house. I don't want to go there.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Yeah.
We gotta figure out what to do with this little kid. He's freaking me out. He keeps touching me.
You see Cicero, he's hanging on your actual shirt as he's like tugging on you and trying to pull you over to the witch's house as he kind of like looks over. And right now, you guys are in like super heavy rain, and there doesn't seem to be any like really shelter anywhere else. Whatever you guys want to do.
Cass, what do you think we should do?
Is there any other place we can hide from this and rain, or is there literally just like there's no other house?
Go ahead and roll a brains check.
All right. A 2.
A 2. You kind of look around and you are still groggy with everything that's been going on, and you're like, I don't think there's any other option. Like all the fences are super inconveniently high, and that house seems to have the only lights that are on, and maybe that is the only option that we have.
What he said.
Dude, I don't want to be stuck out here, and it's gonna get colder. I mean, it's gonna get not colder, but like really, really uncomfortable. Dude, it's probably just it's a rumor. I'm pretty sure our parents are just messing with us.
I'm not trying not to be like cold permanently, like in the ground, dead from the bruja. You know, I don't really think that that's the way I want to go out. You know.
Okay, you'd rather be dead you'd rather not worry about the bruja. Guess what? We have a kid. We basically kidnapped a kid, and we're out in the middle of the open, and it looks like the only place we can go is the witch's place. I'm pretty sure it's safe, dude. It's probably just some sort of rumor.
And you see in front of her front door is a nice foyer is inside, I think, patio with that like actual like roof over it, some shelter, some benches, very inviting and warm.
I'll do whatever you guys want to do. I mean, we do have to take care of little Cicero. I don't know. I mean, this seems to be the only option. I just hope it doesn't mean our funerals, but you know.
Dude, Hop, what does a kid want to do?
Hey, buddy, what you want to do? Hey, can you like build us a tent or something? Like,
Oh my god, really?
He kind of like shakes his head no.
Pops.
And
Yeah.
Hop, you were actually interested in this house because that's one of the conspiracies that you've had is this witch, because she never ever leaves her house at all. Sometimes when you guys were kids, you monitored her house and there'd be a granddaughter that would come and go, but you never really saw her leave the house at all. And she was always just angry and yelling at people, so it's kind of intrigues you to wonder what's inside of her house and if the rumors are actually true about all this.
I think I agree with Vance. I think the kid wants to go there too. Should probably just go.
All right. I lost my weapons, so
So
I don't know.
I put on my mask of El Santo, the comfort.
Okay,
Oh,
so you do so.
and also makes me feel safe from the witch.
Yeah, you do so as you put it in, but you don't actually like lace it up in the back, but it gives you like a lot of comfort. You feel stronger somehow, some way when you actually wear it. And yeah, you guys make your way over. You have your bikes and you kind of make your way over to the witch's house as the rain is really pouring down now. So it was like it was a good idea to go to the witch's house, guys. Good job. And as you get there, there is her large double doors, and she has an actual knocker that seems to be of a devil's face. Who wants to go and knock on the door?
I'll knock.
Go knock on the door.
Okay, you both go up and knock, and then you end up taking the door handles and or door knockers and as you do so, it kind of echoes in to her house, and you hear the sounds of slight creaking as you see a mail slot open up, and she's like, "Who is it?"
Hi. This is really weird, but we're stuck out in the rain, and it's getting pretty bad out here. Is it okay if we can just come in and kind of take shelter from the rain?
And then she kind of looks at, no, I hate kids. Get off my property. And then she kind of looks like, don't you guys know that I eat kids? You guys are, well, you guys are kind of like too skinny. Go to Filiberto's, eat so like a combo plate, and then come back, and then we'll talk. And then she kind of like laughs or cackles to herself. And to convince her,
Can
go
I-
ahead and roll
Can
a
I
charm
try
check.
to also to comment to that? And I'm like, well, I mean, I hope you don't really eat kids, but we do have we have a really small kid. Don't eat. He's not to be eaten, but we just need to make sure that he's safe. Can we at least just stay here until the rain passes? Maybe,
So you
please.
So you see Cicero peek out from behind Hop and then look at her, and then she kind of looks at him, and then he goes like, Asusena? And then she goes, cousin? And a very different voice than what she had. So she goes, whoa, okay, hold on 1 second. And then she closes the mail slot, and then you hear a series of like clicks of things unlocking on the door, and then opens it up, and then invites you guys in, and goes like, she's like, come on in, hurry, quickly, quickly. And then she kind of looks out up everywhere, and then do you guys enter her house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she goes, I don't need to bullshit you guys. So as you look inside, it looks very dirty, very like cobwebs everywhere, and very unkept. But the moment you step through her actual door frame, it changes into what looks like a mansion, as it's like super fine, paintings on the wall, statues being upstepped like on pedestals, and your mind is reeling by like, all right, we just got shot, and this kid like somehow teleported us, and now we're in this witch's house, and then like, so go ahead and all do a grit check as you're staring in awe at the scene around you, and I'll do a little thing, man.
7.
7, okay, doing well.
9.
9, doing well.
I rolled a 1.
1, you failed, so you are freaking out as and then Hop, what was your roll? 7. Okay, yeah, 7. You're good. So yeah, so Vance, you kind of look, and then at this point you're like, blah, as you kind of vomit in the corner, as you just can't handle what's going on around you. And she goes like, we gotta clean that up. And then she closes the door, and then goes like, oh my god, cousin, I haven't seen you in like centuries. As she takes a little can that she had, and then stomps on it 3 times, and you see a puff of smoke as she turns into a very like beautiful woman that you saw as the granddaughter, or assumed that was the granddaughter years ago. Still looks the same, has braided hair, looks like a modern goth, as she has all black on, and like her now her cane is actually one of an actual like skeleton head, or skull rather, is at the very top of it. And then she goes like, are you guys hungry? Let's get you guys food. And like, oh my god, I'm so excited. As you see Cicero get genuinely excited and happy, and for the first time since he's seen you, Hop, he separates from you to go and hug her as she genuinely embraces him. And it goes, you guys probably have a lot of questions. We'll get that cleaned up, as she kind of like stomps her, or stomps her cane into the ground as the Disney what was it called? Phantasma? Like Fantasia, yes. Broom and mop come like out of the closet and end up starting to pick up the puke and everything as she guides you into her actual dining room. And Vance,
Learn how to do that. I need to learn how to do that.
I'm gonna like slap Vance on the shoulder while this is happening, and I'm like, I'm really dead. I really died.
Shut up.
Is this the afterlife?
Go
Oh my
along
God.
with it. Go along with it. The kid's fine.
and Hop, you're kind of like taking out your notebook, being like, I knew it, as you kind of like start writing down Theory 86,
She took Harry Potter too far, I think.
right?
Just with the mop.
So then you end up going into her dining room, which is a huge table, and she kind of like stomps her cane again as you see various like records are flying through the air and going out to the actual record player as the Smiths play, Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now, and all these different songs. And then she stomps it again, and you see the table filled with a bunch of food. There's tamales, there's menudo, there's chorizo, there's all this different stuff. And then she has you guys actually like sit down and process everything. and kind of eat. Yeah, you know that you looked outside, and you started your adventure at like 2 a.m. when you had the tussle with the Hendrixes, and now it seems to be about like maybe 9 a.m. outside. So you guys were passed out for quite a while, and you guys are famished and hungry. As she kind of sits you guys down and goes, "You guys probably have a lot of questions, and I have a lot of answers. So like, hit me with it."
Whole eating kids thing.
Hot.
We're just gonna like
Just
hover
go-
over that.
You're gonna lead with that?
You're gonna get us killed.
Nah, Cicero got me. He likes me.
So
It's
do
his
it.
cousin.
Yeah, he sits right next to you, as close as possible to you. And then, yeah. So go ahead and do a charm check to see if she'll reveal her secrets.
6, okay. 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
So with an 8, you're like tearing some tortilla as you're like picking up some chorizo and putting it in your mouth. So like, so about eating kids. And then she's like, "What do you think you're eating right now?" And then you kind of like stop for a little bit, and then she actually like cracks a smile and goes like, "I'm just joking, just joking. That's all just rumors, unfounded for and all that." She goes, "As I am vegetarian," and you see her, she's actually like, eating all veggies and fruit and everything like that. And she goes, "I apologize, but you guys have stumbled upon something way greater than what you should, like your 13-year-olds should be experiencing right now. But it looks like Cicero has actually bonded to you guys, so you're the only ones that can actually help out in this situation." And she goes, "Settle in, because this is a lot of information here." As she explains, that she goes, I know that you have all gone to social studies and history classes and understand that the world is, as it is, but I'm here to tell you that it's actually not. Like, this world has died and been reborn multiple times, and unfortunately on every end of the cycle, humans always screw things up. They get too close to something, whether it be technology, whether it be religion, and they unlock something they're not supposed to uncover, and they end up screwing everything over, and the reset button is hit, and it all starts over again. So, how this brings you guys into the mix is that I actually, myself and Cicero are a part of these different guardians that are positioned all around the earth to make sure that things go smoothly and everything, so that these things don't happen. We reincarnate, so every time we die, we respawn, and Cicero is supposed to be the guardian of this region. Apparently, there is a cult that's nearby by the name of the Eternal Watchers that has actually captured him and stopped him from actually doing his duties. As you can tell, that he's gifted with powers, immense powers, and he's one of the strongest of us, but he is stunted now of like a fraction of what he actually is capable of. As a good cousin that I am, I came to his region to help out, but I'm nowhere near as powerful, and unfortunately, under my supervision, this cult has been gaining power, and it looks like whoever stopped him from growing, or whoever you rescued him from, were a part of that cult. And my biggest fear, which I've been gathering research this whole time, and all I can find is that somewhere in this area is a portal to another realm, and things are seeping out of that realm. Now, it isn't big enough to the point where things can actually like physically slip through, but the spirit realm and the astral plane, the astral plane and the dream realm, things are legit coming through. And I know this is a lot of information to take in, so just like hit me with your questions. And then
Wait, so you're telling me ghosts are real?
And she goes like, "You got it." And then she says that simply as she eats her.
Okay, but like, okay, so are you a good guy or are you a bad guy? Because, like, listen, this is what happened. So we went to Josh's house, and then his brother, Cicero here, apparently your cousin, which is really weird because it's like, how do you guys know each other? Because we two different families, whatever. Anyway, so yes, back to Cicero. He's locked up in a room, and then Josh was freaking out. He was like, "Hey man, so I need to get my brother out. They've been putting needles in him and giving him all types of stuff." And I was like, "What the heck? What is the stuff that I don't understand?" We were all freaking out. We didn't know what he was talking about, but he offered us like almost all of his belongings, including some naughty manga, which I definitely didn't take. I didn't want that. And
She's like,
then
hentai?
all
Nice.
of a sudden,
Yeah.
2 a.m., we tried to free him, and then they went crazy, and then tried to cap me in the shoulder, which technically did happen. I tried to disarm her, it didn't work, and they have my collie sticks, which, I'm going to get in so much trouble for that. Sensei's going to kill me. Anyway, yeah, so all I'm trying to say is a lot of stuff went down. So I don't know who we're supposed to trust, because I thought they were good people because they gave us money and gave us pizza, and they were always really polite, even though we weren't that close anymore. But you are telling us some crazy stuff right now, really heavy stuff. How are we supposed to trust you?
And go ahead and everyone make a grit check. And then Cass?
I had one more question for the witch.
Sure.
This is vegetarian?
She goes, no, you guys are all eating meat. She's eating vegetarian food. Although there are vegetarian options and lactose free options.
That makes a lot more sense. Sneaky.
I got a 4.
You got a 4? Okay. You're freaking out.
I gotta.
A 5? You're freaking out.
I got a 1.
Freaking out a ton.
I am taking half my die for grit.
What is that? Is it a 10?
Do that. Yes. It's
Okay.
10.
I
It's
should
an
have done that. Crap. Okay, whatever.
a 10, you succeed. So make sure to keep track of your adversity tokens. Let's rack those babies
I mean,
up.
technically, Bella just freaked out for like a whole
Yeah.
that conversation, mind you, probably was even longer than what I just did. That was Bella.
Exactly. As the food, even though it smells incredible and tastes wonderful, it's masked by your guys' emotional state right now. As you're like, oh my god, what is this? Talk about everything, and then she tells you like, I'm neutral, honestly. Like I help out every now and then, but I don't want to be a guardian. But while I'm here and he's my cousin, I don't want his region to like fall under. So I decided to like step in and help out. Now that he's back in control, once he gets strong enough, I'm gonna dip because I got things to do and I got my life to live and everything. But what you guys are gonna have to do is you guys are gonna have to find where the portal is, and then you're gonna have to help get Cicero there because he's the only one that can actually shut it like for good. The creatures on the other side of this portal to this other worldly realm always tempt humans with promises of power, of riches, and typically deliver, and that's how they get their actual following. But they're kept under very strict guidelines to be very secretive about who they let in and their extracurricular activities and all that kind of stuff. So who knows how many people in your community are a part of this cult. So I would say, because you guys can all be trusted, you guys probably shouldn't tell anyone about Cicero or his powers or what's going on. Just get him, literally, as long as he physically touches the portal, he can close it. Super easy. Not a problem at all. And you know what? I can help you guys out. I do have a hunch about where it could be, and I was actually going to go over to my contact to get more information on it, because apparently she's from that other realm and was able to slip by those things you mentioned as ghosts. These are creatures from this other realm and everything, so they can interact. They are legitimately real, but they aren't like weird spoopy things from the afterlife. They're otherworldly creatures that you just can't see or feel, but sort of can. Your soul knows they're there. And and yeah, so she goes, what I'm gonna do is I gotta go ahead and take care of something. As you see, there's actually like an orb that's behind her on a table that's like was clear and then now filling with red, like it seems like a fog and everything. And she goes like, all right, well, one of these spirits is really close, so I got to go and help out and get it taken care of. So you guys all stay here, and then I'm gonna go deal with this. When we come back, we'll go over to my contact, find out where the portal is, and then you guys will just close it and we'll all go home and it'll be fine. Cass?
Can I poke the orb?
And then she goes, yeah, that's fine, it's made out of glass, so just don't break it. And then you do so as it feels, you feel mystical energies. The hair stands on the back of your neck and everything, and you can, it seems very, very mystical. So in this time, what happens is that she gets her stuff and she walks out of her house and then goes, behind her, she goes, I'm going to cast runes on this so no one can get in at all, whether they be on the dream plane, astral plane, or physical plane. So you guys are safe. Just eat, and watch Toonami, and then like Yu Yu Hakusho's on, so enjoy that, and then I'm gonna go and take care of this. And then so she ends up leaving the house, and then doing her thing. You see that you guys like finish up essentially, and then Cicero actually tugs on Hop's shirt to go into like the living room to watch Toonami. Do you do so, or do you resist?
Yeah, I'll go with him.
Okay.
Well, I guess she's not so bad because she did Yu Yu Hakusho, so she has good taste.
You see anime scrolls on the wall. It's like,
Oh.
She has all of the scrolls I want. Like,
I'm gonna steal from the Switch.
no, I'm not gonna steal from the Switch. She's gonna kill me if I did that.
I mean, I can definitely say she's a lot cooler than Josh's parents for sure. And they didn't try to kill us, or she didn't try to kill us, at least not yet. So,
oh my God, Josh's parents. Yeah, they're part of that cult.
that would explain why they went so crazy, and they were like, just. I mean, who tries to shoot a child? I mean, I'm not technically a child; I'm a teenager. But yeah, who does that? They're crazy. They're psycho.
They said they could talk their way out of to the cops of shooting a child. So
yeah, I mean, they locked him up, and then they had things, and all plugged up to him. I don't know. I mean, this is a lot to take in. What do you guys think? I mean, should we help? I mean, it seems like maybe who we thought were the good guys weren't really the good guys, and reverse. I mean, I don't know. This is a lot.
So at this time, while you guys are like discussing about this, Cicero is like watching the TV intently, watching Yu Yu Hakusho use his spirit gun and be like super awesome and like fight with his delinquent ness and everything. And then while you guys are discussing this, you hear suddenly like a series of bangs from the upper floor. There's now in the mansion state, there's like multiple floors, but it seems to be coming from the second one. As it silences everything, as you guys are like, whoa, what was that? And you hear the sounds of a small muffled voice being like, please, you've got to help me. Before she comes back, you've got to help me. And she continues, a feminine voice begins to bang.
So I had my El Santo mask on halfway up so I could eat.
Yeah.
And I started to be a little ridiculous, but I pulled it right back down. I'm not feeling safe right now.
Okay. And then you do so as it gives you some comfort. And then do you guys want to investigate the second floor or just wait where you are?
Cicero, what's going on? Yo, Lil C, what's the deal, bro?
All right, go ahead and roll a charm check.
If he gives me information.
Did you literally nickname him Lil C?
He likes.
Pops, you never cease to amaze me, man.
I have this candle too. You really wanted it.
I got a 5. Yeah, I got a 5.
Wait, isn't that guy who wears the really cool fancy robes and stuff, and it's really shiny?
Yeah.
What's
It
his
is.
name again?
Walter Mercado.
Oh yeah, what is he? Wait, he's not a magician? No, he's not a magician.
It's all about astrology
My
and
dad
optimism.
was telling me about this.
Yeah.
He's like,
So astrology, so planets and stars. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, what are you supposed to do with that candle? I mean, are you supposed to have insight on the
Sister,
cosmos?
Little C?
It seems like
I mean, that would be pretty cool if you could do that.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
You can use
Cicero eyes the candle immensely and kind of like reaches for it and but doesn't want to take it without your permission. So he kind of like looks at the candle and looks at you and then wants to know if he can take it from you.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, here you go, little guy.
Okay, he holds it and like he has one hand on the candle and one hand on the shirt of Hop as he kind of looks to you guys and goes like, "I have to go potty," and
With
yeah.
the candle?
No, he just like says that to Hop. You guys can all hear it though, but he just like looks worrisome as he says that.
I mean, maybe he had to do number 2, and then he wanted to light the candle. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be scented.
Smart.
Scented candle. Walter Mercado.
Perfect.
Candle.
Yeah, there you go.
Hope for a good bowel movement.
Do you guys want to stay here or take him to the bathroom or investigate with the sound coming from the second floor?
I vote we let him go to the bathroom first and then take him with us in case whatever's upstairs shoots us too.
I've already been shot once. I'm going to stay to the back, but, I got your backs. I know how to also to fight without weapons, so it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, let the little dude relieve himself, and then yeah, let's check that out. Like, what if the witch is like hurt or something? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it does turn to like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and she hasn't come back yet, which gets a little bit worrisome. But thankfully, there's some really good shows on right now, and so you guys search the first floor, and inconveniently, there are just no bathrooms. So you decide to make your way up the stairs, the winding staircase that kind of like goes up a little bit and then turns and then goes up, and then you find yourself on the second floor. And this second floor, in all of its spoopiness, gets even more spoopy as you look down this hallway, and it seems to elongate as you stare, and you see countless doors on both the left and the right side. It seems like this hallway goes on forever, but as you look through, you see three significant doors, one of which is the immediate right, which is the bathroom, and she has the super like nice toilet paper and nice like everything in that bathroom. And then to the left is actually the door that the banging is coming from, where she goes like, "I can see you guys, please, please, I need your help." And then and she like yells. Do you just want to like ignore her and then go to the bathroom, or do you want to like engage with her? And whatever you choose is valid. You can choose to do whatever you want to. Yeah.
Can we let Cestro pick? How urgently do you have to go, little guy?
He goes, "I have to go really bad now."
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Okay.
I mean, I can always stay with him for now and watch over him, and then if you guys want to check out whoever that is screaming or yelling.
Okay. And
So I have a question. We also had a baseball bat once upon a time. Did we just leave it back at Joshua's, or did one of us hold on to it?
Josh had the bat, and then she had the sticks. So they're both removed from the situation. Yeah. You just got your fisticuffs.
Unfortunately, we have no weapons.
That's a sweet mask, though.
Yeah.
And candle. And then so Cicero will not leave Hop's side. He has an iron grip on that shirt. The strongest grip for the 5-year-old.
Go wherever he goes.
Okay. He needs to go to the bathroom. Do you go to the bathroom with him?
Yeah, I'll stay out like in the front or front of the door.
He does not let you. He.
Okay, well I guess I'm watching him. Or whatever.
So,
It's called the buddy system, dude.
so he just goes like turn around and look at the wall, and then he ends up.
Got it. Don't have to tell me twice.
He ends up doing his business, flushes, still in a medical gown and everything, and then washes his hands like a good 5-year-old, proper manners. That's how you know he's magical. And then at that point, he you guys like leave, but he goes like, "My stomach still hurts like really, really badly," as he whispers to you guys as the woman, girl on the other side of this door is asking for guys' help, and you can now see her fingers. It seems to be someone around your guys' age, with very dirty, grimy hands, who has like a bunch of dirt under their nails and kind of like claws and scratches, being like, "Please, you guys have to help me. She's locked me in here and she kidnapped me from my family. There's a key in her office to unlock this. Please, you got to get me out of here," as she like cries and weeps. Now, there's two things you can do. One, you can charm to get more information. Two, you can do brains to gather information from her to be like, does she sound genuine, or is there something weird happening? And yeah.
I want to try to figure out if she's lying about who she is.
Okay, brains.
Like, yeah. That was a 3. Is that a fail?
Yes, that is definitely a fail. As you're like, she sounds like she's in distress. We should absolutely help her out. And,
Can I try to talk to her and just like charm and see if she's lying or not, just through a conversationally?
yeah, absolutely, go for it.
I rolled 10.
10. Yes, you absolutely succeed. What do you say to her?
Do I succeed regardless of what I say to her, or
Yes.
do I have that? Oh, then I say, "Liar says what?"
And she goes, what? And then she goes, I really need help. And
She's lying. I knew it.
just kind of all look to her, and then look to him and look at her. She's like, I'm not lying. That was just very, very tricky. Don't trick me. And Cicero is just like, my stomach hurts a lot. And then he kind of like just wreathes in pain.
We know she's lying now.
Okay, so we ignore this. She's lying. Okay.
Really lying. She said what?
Oh God, I can't believe we're going off of this. Okay, so
We need more information, though.
yeah,
We can't just go. I mean, I mean, that was kind of cool because I mean,
It worked.
maybe she is actually lying. But I mean, we don't know anything. We don't know. We can get more information, right?
Okay. Can I sidebar with her real quick? Just chat with her one-on-one.
You like get on the floor and be like, all right, tell me about yourself. Like, okay,
Yeah.
go for it.
I'm like, hey, so what really got you in here?
And she kind of she hesitates a little bit and then continues to be like, I was kidnapped from my family and I was stuck here. She kidnapped me. You need to save me because you're good people, right? That's what good people would do. And then at this time, the door opens from downstairs and then she goes like, kids, where are you? And then she kind of like, you hear her coughing and making large gasps for air.
The captive girl's coughing or the witch?
The witch, yeah.
Oh.
And she's from downstairs. Yeah, she called us. So she just came through the front door.
Can I while this is happening, so then that way I can try to distract the witch, and I'm gonna try to call down and say, we just had to find a bathroom for Cicero here. He had to do probably number 2. You know how that goes. And all the good food, sometimes we get back up. But anyway, yeah, so we're over here at the bathroom. We'll be down in a second.
And then you hear her groan and go like, are you guys by the giant black door with the skull in it? And you look and see that there's a giant black door with a skull in it that you guys are talking through.
No.
We were just by the bathroom.
And then she goes, kids. And then she's you hear the sound of her stomping of her cane as you all lift from the ground and then zoom down the stairs and actually get in front of her and then like plop to the actual ground. And then she goes, that was a flesh-eating ghoul. It was gonna kill you. Don't do that. And then she kind of like, you see her now, she looks like her hair is unkept now, and she is extremely like weak, and you see that she's clutching her actual side as blood is seeping through it, her fingertips and everything. And she kind of like goes over to the actual couch and falls on it. And she goes like, kids, come over here. I need to talk to you for a second. Something went wrong. And do you guys all gather around?
Are you okay? Do you need some help? I mean, you're bleeding like I was earlier today. Do you?
Cicero.
Can I? Yeah. Can.
Okay.
Cicero.
Can you like help her out?
So you encourage Cicero to heal her?
Yeah.
So how?
Do the thing.
Yeah, Hop, make him do the thing. Make him do the thing.
See, listen to me. Let's talk. I know your stomach hurts, but
It feels a little bit better now.
oh, he feels better. Because
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is all intertwined with one another. Something's going on. His stomach's hurting. She's getting sick. Something's fishy. But if he's feeling better, then yeah, we'll see. Go ahead and do it.
Okay, so for you guys to know game rules, Cicero is a power character who has 3 significant abilities, and he has a pool of 10 points. Using one of his abilities will consume some of those points, depending on whatever I roll. Now he has 10 points, so this one is going to be 6. So he looks to you guys and looks very concerned, and he kind of puts his tiny little hands on her and then begins to pour through as she like sighs in relief a little bit as her wound is which she uncovers her hand to find like a grievous bite that's just like chunked out of her. And she goes like, things are getting really bad out there. It looks like the portal is opening up way faster than I thought it was. Now physical actual creatures are coming through. Before, they would just be able to suck on your emotions and your dreams and your ambitions and everything like that, but not harm you physically. But now it seems like there are physical beasts out there. The haboob is like come in full force and you could barely see anything. It's too dangerous out there. I'm going to have to stay and heal for a bit. I'm going to be useless out there. And she ends up, Cicero does as much as he can and then gets exhausted and kind of goes over to Hop. Now, the other thing is that he just used 6 out of his 10 points, so he has 4 points remaining. If you don't utilize him for a while, he will regain points, but you can also push him beyond his limits at the risk of conflict or actual death. So you can, so even if he gets to 0 or gets negative, he'll still do it if Hop asks him to, or someone else with
This is a question, great overseer. can we use our adversity tokens to kind of help him, like as far as if we really need his special abilities, can we add the tokens to that? As well?
Not the power points, but you can always do charm checks to try to help him recover faster. So yeah, so you can't reduce the amount of points he uses, but you can help him replenish faster by being nice to him, doing things for him, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So he heals her, and she reaches into her pocket and then pulls out a set of keys that has an actual key tag that says Untouchables on it, and goes like, "Take these keys. They're magical in nature, and go ahead and throw them into the street. And the driver will take you to Abby, and she's a seer, and she will guide you to where the portal is. That's where I was going to go to. It's foolproof. They're going to tell you where exactly it is. So just go there, and then you'll be able to find it." And then she goes, "You guys have to hurry because time is of the essence. Because if they get it open further, then a lot more people are going to die." And yeah.
All right, well, we know what we have to do, and I know Josh would be happy if we go. We gotta go now, guys.
I really hope that he's okay. Cicero, how's your stomach?
And he kind of looks at you and then like shyly like buries his head into Hop's like side, and then just goes like, it's better now that I'm away from that girl." And which you hear the sound of like banging still and being like, "Let me out of here, I'll kill you all." And then and yeah, and then with that she like stomps her cane 2 times, and then you see some perfectly wrapped in tinfoil burritos coming like, "For the road," and then she gives it to you. And then and yeah. So
you're a godsend or a Buddhist send. I don't even know what send you are, but thank you. I really appreciate it.
She clicks her tongue like, and then you guys are now on your way. Who has the actual keys?
Oh, did you give us the key?
Yes.
Should
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the keys.
Okay.
Okay.
You take the keys. You see that they are pretty extra keys. The actual tag on it says Untouchables, and it's made out of like solid sort of metal and everything like that. And it's like, oh, these are kind of cool. And the instructions are just to throw it in the middle of the street, and then you should be good. Do you do so?
Yes.
Okay. Then now the storm is really coming down hard as visibility is lessening, where you can only see maybe about 6 feet in front of you with the dust storm, and the monsoon is also bringing in a lot of like rain and everything that's like pouring down. So you throw the keys into the air, and it lands on the street in a giant poof as you see a 1948 Chevy Fleetline that is like an awesome, incredible green paint that says Sticky Icky on the side of it, and it looks like a car club logo that says Untouchables on the back actual window pan. And inside of it, you see a very heavy-set man with like glasses. He looks extremely angry as he has a bunch of tattoos on him and everything like that. Definitely looks pretty thuggish as he kind of motions for you to get in, and then he just kind of like rolls down his window a little bit. Or actually, no, he doesn't. And he's just like, "Come on, we don't have all day." And do you do so?
Guys, this is our best bet. We have to get Cicero to that portal.
And just
Cass,
like,
do that thing where you made the thing do the thing. Tell him the truth. That whatever that was.
Yeah, all right. I'll try it.
stranger
I'll try
danger.
it.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Is that your lie detector? Yeah, whatever that was. That was kind of cool.
I rolled a 2. So
You're like,
Can I give
yeah. Do we know what
some tokens?
Yeah.
I'll help you guys out and say no. You're like, "Liars say," and he's like, "Shut up and get in the car." He's just like, "Just get in here, we don't have all day." And he pops the trunk, and you see it's a mystical trunk that you can all fit your bikes into magically. And yeah. So as you load your bikes into the trunk and everything, you go over to the who takes shotgun.
I don't like this. I was told we don't get into cars with strangers, but I guess we're doing something else very dangerous today.
Okay, yeah, and we just found out that the witch is not a witch. You got shot, and we have to get Cicero to a portal. Do you have any other bright ideas?
I mean, not technically. Maybe
No, you
No.
don't. Let's go. Come on.
Okay. I
So you go over to the door,
liking that.
and you see that there is actual like velvet interior, super nice. You hear the sounds of Little Rob's Summer Nights playing on the actual stereo that's kind of muffled through the pane glass. And you actually open up the car door, and as you do so, the image of the man turns into an actual skeleton that's actually still tattooed on his actual bones and still has the sunglasses and everything. And he goes, come on, don't get freaked out and everything. We got a lot to do apparently. And he kind of just goes like, which one of you guys is going to be my co-pilot? Because I have instructions for the co-pilot.
I mean, what do you need for this co-pilot? What's required of someone to assist?
Yeah, and then he goes, I need someone who is like strong of character, because if anything goes down, I'm gonna rely on you heavily to help me out, to be my lookout and all that kind of stuff, because there's weird shit going on in this neighborhood. And you guys, as you guys haven't entered the vehicle yet, I assume, but as you peer down a little bit and look into the vehicle and then through the actual window, you see that there are various like creatures that are crawling around on the floor, on the street and everything, and just everywhere, and on buildings. And as you look up, nothing's there. As you look into the car and look through the windows, you see that there are a bunch of creatures that you've never seen before. You can't even describe them, and yeah.
You know what? Cass, do you want to do it, or should I? I don't think Hop should do it, because the kid's with Hop the entire time, and
I'm really good at running away, so I can do it. Because then, if it gets bad, then I can run away.
But are you able to, when stuff goes down, are you able to handle it, man? I mean, technically we know I mean I took a bullet.
You did.
You don't, not just anyone can handle a bullet. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have probably handled it if it wasn't for Cicero and, Big Rub and Elote Man, but still.
I can't, but El Santo can. So, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So
Do it? Okay. All right. You got the lie detector, man, so you can make sure he's not leading us somewhere crazy. All right, let's do this.
So you all get in, and you just like pile in. There's tons of room, no seatbelts anywhere. And then you find that you close the door, and you see outside of this vehicle are a bunch of these apparently creatures that have come through the portal that are creeping into people's homes and are just crawling on the streets, and they're everywhere. There's probably about like 25 in sight right now. And they vary from being like the size of a chihuahua to being the size of a cow, and just like go to and from. And you were like, holy shit, they were right. Like there's stuff around here. These must be the things. And sure enough, he starts the car. He lifts up his vehicle because it was riding low before, and now it's a bit up. And then he ends up cruising down the street. And who was his co-pilot? Was it Cass?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So he looks to you, and he looks at all of you, and goes, I only got one rule about my car, don't fuck it up, and just like mind yourselves. I don't want you guys throwing up in here or anything like that. This is vintage, this is classic. You don't mess with this vehicle. And he goes, now I just want to warn you guys that you see these things around here that you probably have never seen before, that while they cannot kill you, they will drive you insane if they take too much of your memories or emotions or anything like that. So they're everywhere. So I'd probably be careful of people that are walking around. And as you guys are driving by and watching the neighborhood pass you by, now that looks completely different than you had before, as he's twisting and turning, and it seems like he's going in the direction of the canal. As you look out the window and see various larger creatures begin to peer into actual windows and homes and apparently do whatever they do to humans. He just turns up the music and then kind of does this thing. Do you guys want to talk with one another at this time, or do you just want to stay silent and sort of process everything that's going on?
He's still a skeleton right now, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I poke him.
You touch his arm. He's like, "Don't do that. Stop." And then
But it's a Facebook.
oh, for sure,
It's
yeah.
like an absolute.
Cass, what are you doing, man?
It's a skeleton.
Get,
I didn't know it was a skeleton. I thought it was like a costume.
you can see it's a skeleton. Are you kidding me?
Does this mean we all have a skeleton inside us too? That's so spooky.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die again. That's
So-
what's gonna happen.
Cicero is freaking out a little bit as he's kind of hyperventilating and really burying his head into Hop's side, which Hop, you're like used to it now. You just have this like kid attached to you. Do you want to say anything to like calm him down?
Yeah, I'll say something. I'll start talking to him about some conspiracies, see what he thinks. He's from a different realm. He might know a thing or two.
So go to do a charm check. We're gonna give you a +2 because you have a relationship with Cicero.
All right, I got a 4 + 2.
4 + 2, 6. You do succeed. So you mention to him and be like, listen, here's the deal about chemtrails, and then and he's fascinated by it. You take his mind off of the situation that is in front of him, and he's like, really? Like, for reals? And then you're like, for reals, man. And it helps him. So he's regained some of his actual power points as he's like, wow, and the government is evil. And then at that point, you guys end up arriving to the actual canal that is starting to fill up with water, but normally is dry and everything like that. And your other rumor was that there was a creature that lived beneath the canal that actually like would eat neighborhood. They don't eat anything due to the rule. There's 2 rules that we established before this. There would be no cannibalism and no harm to any animals or pets. So all the animals and pets are invulnerable. And, yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Money saved.
Exactly. Yeah. And then okay, so you guys arrive at the canal. And he goes, listen, I just want to tell you one more thing. That mask that you have on is actually magical. If you ever need a moment where you need immense strength, just tie it completely, and it'll be able to like give you superpowers essentially. But you can only use it like once. So pop it when you feel like it's the best moment. After that, it's going to be completely useless, just another mask. But just want to give you a heads up, and yeah, and you just.
Is there any way to get the power back into it once I use it once?
And he goes, that's witch shit. I just drive cars, man. And then after that, he like puts his car into like park, and then ends up going like, all right, we're here. Abby should be down there, but you're gonna need to take her a gift. Do you want Takis or do you want hot Cheetos with lime? You got to choose only one.
I think Takis is the way to go, right?
Takis.
Okay.
When in doubt, Takis.
He gives you an extra large bag of Takis, and then he goes, all right, I'll be here when you guys are ready. And then sure enough, you guys all exit the vehicle. It's pouring down right now, and you leave your bikes with him because he's going to be waiting here apparently. And you guys make your way down into the basin of the actual canal, where you see at the mouth of this is very, very dark. And you see various like bags, fashion magazines, and a bunch of trash everywhere, and it's pretty frightening.
Do we still have a candle?
You do still have a candle, yes.
Should we light it? And if it's dark, maybe the power of what the Mercado will light the way.
The rain is it past?
Is it raining?
Yes, you guys are past. You're at the mouth of the actual canal, so once you move forward into the darkness, you'll be covered. But it is at ankle water depth right now.
Then we probably want to be able to see where we're going, right? All right.
It's a good call. I don't have a
Okay.
flashlight.
In my backpack, I have I have my Game Boy Advance, and I have the little flashlight adapter that would go with it, so you can play it in the nighttime.
Genius.
You have that, so we can use that.
Smart.
Nice.
But I think that the candle will have more light though.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to run down your batteries because
Oh,
if you want
canal.
to play later, then you're not going to be able to play because the battery will be dead. So
Dude,
I don't even know.
He's gonna
I don't know if
play
we're gonna be alive.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
might
even
not even
know.
make it to tomorrow.
I think.
I
we
mean,
need to save
we're
the candle.
talking
There we go.
about hops here. I don't think that phases him.
You guys skipped like 4 pages by like dodging the ghoul behind the door. So good job on that. Okay, so
we light the candle.
okay,
No,
you light
yeah,
the candle. It mystically illuminates a lot further than normal. It's probably like a lantern at this point instead of a single candle. But you're like, Walter Mercado is amazing, and
Thank you.
it lights up a large area as you unexpectedly see a very beautiful woman that's standing before you. As her eyes kind of adjust slightly, but you see that there's something weird about this woman. If anyone wants to do a brains check, you can do so. But she sees that you're holding a bag of Takis, and she's like, "Is that a bag of Takis?" and then she gets extremely excited, and she seems
Can I
pretty.
do a quick brain check?
Yeah, absolutely, go for it.
I rolled a 5.
With a 5, you ascertain that like features about her are shifting before your eyes. Like her nose is shifting, her hair length and hair color are shifting, and they're just like kind of dancing very subtly and slightly to whatever seems traditionally beautiful. And you notice that on the ground are various fashion magazines and like gossip magazines, featuring like who's popular at the time, Jennifer Lopez, Ja Rule, and all that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So she gets really excited and goes, "Talkies? Oh!" And she goes, I'm one half of Abby, and I'm a mystical seer, and I promise you I won't hurt you because you brought me a gift. But I and my sister can tell you the future. Now, I tell only misfortune, and my sister tells you only fortune. Which one would you like to know about? And you don't see your sister; you only see her.
Can I look around? Do like I don't know if that would be a brains or something to try to see because she's mentioning this other person. I'm like, where is this person?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and do a brain check.
That's a 5.
Okay. So with the 5, you're kind of like, where is she? As you see something that the light is actually catching and reflecting off of some sort of like slimy pile of something that's slightly behind this woman, moving at least like 2 feet forward with the light in hand should reveal more information. Do you do so?
Can I also do a charm check to just check to see if I can spot or get some more information about where her sister is?
Yeah, absolutely.
I rolled a 10.
10, you absolutely succeed. And then
Abby's sister says what?
and then you hear from the background, what? As you move forward and see that there is a fleshy mound of like jumbled body parts that's actually like they're pulsating and is actually attached to this woman, and then she goes like, "Oh my God, Takis are my favorite," as she like salivates, and then so she goes like, "No, they're definitely going to want to talk to me and not you." She goes, "Because you guys want to know about your how you're going to die, right? I can see it right now. You," and she points to Vance, specifically, like, "Your death is my favorite." And then she kind of gives a wicked smile. And then the sister is kind of like, no. You guys are sane of mine. You want to know about the good things that's going to happen in your future, right? Like, you should definitely give me the Takis." Who do you want to give the Takis to?
Do we only get one fortune, or do we each get one?
One in general, yeah.
Oh man.
Man.
Do you really want to know?
Your mic's muted.
You're muted, Mike.
Yeah. Well, I sorry. The words just weren't coming out of my mouth. I don't want to know how I die, guys.
Yeah. It's been
I
weird.
had stress today, and I got shot. I mean, I kind of feel like I might have still died because this is all just not. It doesn't seem like reality. So yeah, let's go with something good. That's not involving death.
Yeah, I touched a skeleton. I don't want to do that again. Let's get fortune.
Okay, and Cicero is kind of like really tugging on Hop's like shirt at this point, kind of like looking over. It doesn't seem to fear, but is very curious at this abomination, Abby the abomination, in front of you. And at this point, do you guys give the Takis to the larger sister?
That's the one that says fortunes? Or
Yes,
fortunes?
fortunes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like awkwardly bypass the younger sister, who like pouts and like stomps her foot into the ground, and she says, "In your darkest moment, use that candle. It is the only way to prevent the actual like darkness to come." And she goes, "What you're going to be looking for is at the Valley of Moons. That's what my mind says to me, is go to the Valley of Moons, and you will be able to find the portal that you're looking for." And then with that, she like, you see like 2 tendrils like open up the bag, and then she like throws it into her like mouth hole, and then and they slither into the darkness. And you've gotten what you need. Do you want to go back up to the car, or and while do so, you can do a brains check to try to see if you can recall like the Valley of Moons or anything like that at all?
Should we all do a brains check to see if
Might
anyone
as
can
well,
think-
right?
Yeah.
Might as well.
This was going to be a 4 to succeed.
A 4?
9.
9? Oh yeah,
Wait.
you absolutely.
Wait, you guys. Valley of Moons. Wait, I think I know. Is that our elementary school?
Oh my, wait, Moon.
Moon Valley. It's Moon Valley.
And that's correct. So you guys all realize like, oh shit, it's our elementary school.
Yeah, I knew that.
Hop says, as you have like your notepad and like scratch out a bunch of like theories, and then okay. So one of the other theories that you guys had was the door below, which was that there was a weird door at your elementary school that one day your holographic Charizard ended up getting like carried by the wind and wafted down into this actual storage facility for your actual school. And then you ended up walking down there and came across a door that was menacing. And before you could go any further, the janitors like pulled you guys and like yelled at you to get back. But something about that door really gave you the wiggles, and you're kind of wondering if that's where the portal is at this time. And but what happens now is you hear a crack of thunder and realize that a flash flood has begun to like wash through, and you see that the ankle deep water has now risen to waist high, and is rising like pretty rapidly. And now there's two things you can do. One, you can let Cicero rest and brawn it and try to get through this yourself, or you can rely on Cicero and have him teleport you guys out of here. Whatever you guys feel is appropriate in the situation.
How much little C juice do we have? Is he still at a 4?
Now it'll be at 8.
Huh? He's at 8.
Yep.
Yeah.
And how much will it take to?
It'll be a 2d4, so the max it could be is 8. So it looks like whatever you do will succeed, but you might exhaust him
But
to the point where you can't rely on him.
Could one of us put him on our backs or something if we try to like?
Yep, you absolutely can do
way?
so. Granted, he's gonna want to stay with Hop, but
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
yeah.
I think if we can muscle our way out of here, we can save Cicero from having to do anything. I mean, as a failsafe, let's save that as a last resort.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I like that.
Okay.
Is it
Good idea, Vance.
Smart. Is it flight or is it brawn?
This will be. You know what? Yeah, you can choose which one you want to do. It can be flight or brawn.
I'll take Braun easily.
13.
Okay, you succeed.
Let's see. I roll a 5 for Braun.
A 5, you do fail, so you're able to like try to power through it, but this current is really picking up as all the water is being poured into this canal. And
If I spent an adversity token, would I succeed?
We'll say no. You need a 7 to succeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did get a 7. I did get a 7.
Okay.
Do you?
Because
I have an.
I have 4 tokens.
Yeah, I have 2. So.
Up to you guys. You guys absolutely give it to each other. If you,
I've botched a lot.
I rolled an 8.
hey, that's good because that means that you will be able to succeed on these very like important roles. So okay, so
So let's give some adversity token. I'm gonna give my 2 to Vance.
How many more do you need, Vance?
Since I rolled a 5, you said 7 is a succeed, so I only need 2. So
Yeah.
I honestly think it's better.
Bella,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
gonna
1 and 1. Do we just
One.
each one? That way
Oh,
you-
1-1. Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Let's
So
do
Yep.
it.
that-
So you see that Vance is struggling behind you guys as you guys are kind of like wading through water, trying to get through as fast as possible. And meanwhile, you see Hop just like carry Cicero on his shoulders and just like power through it all. And you kind of each both of you guys, both Bella and Cass, grabs a hand of Vance and then pulls him forward and is able to like get out of the canal and up onto the ridge to climb out of there. And you find your way back up to the car. Where you see the driver actually look backwards and forwards and lift up his actual glasses and looks very concerned, and he's like kind of like waves over to you guys to get in as fast as possible. You guys do so?
Yes.
No.
Okay, you like dive in, and he goes, "I hope you got that information because we got to get the hell out of here." As you look through the glass and see a lot of different creatures that are staring you guys down and like kind of curious about you guys. And he goes, "Listen, I didn't mention this before, but if those things get into this vehicle, they're gonna actually end up hurting you because we're technically not in the mortal plane or anything like that. So I'm gonna drive you as close as I can, and then at that point, you guys are gonna have to get out and then like bike your way over to wherever that portal is." And so he goes, "Where do you guys need to go?"
We're going over to Moon Valley Elementary, sir.
He's like, you got it. I know exactly where that is." And he ends up lifting his car and then cruising down the street as fast as he can. Now, because this vehicle is made out of legit metal and everything, it's going a bit slower than normal. And these creatures are kind of like very curious now, trying to like hound you guys down. And he goes, "All right, homie, you're going to have to help me out now with those co-pilot skills." As he opens up the glove box and you see a very unique looking gun in the compartment that has various like arcane runes that are etched onto it. And he goes, "That's a legit spirit gun. You're gonna roll down the window and shoot that out if they get close at all, and that way they can hold them off for a little bit. It's not gonna kill them, but it is gonna like wound them enough to get them off. So I hope you're steady with the hand." And then he kind of like drives, and as you guys are barreling down, Cicero's getting a little bit upset by everything that's going on, and you see one of the creatures that seems very hellhoundish like ends up riding up to the vehicle and clawing at the actual vehicle, rattling you guys a little bit. Cass, it looks like you're gonna have to take a shot. Do you do so, or do you?
What's that? Do I shoot?
It'll be a fight. Yeah, fight plus 2.
Okay. What's the success on this one? Because I'm rolling a 4.
To success, it's going to be a 6. Yeah. So if you hit the max number on the die, it explodes. You get to roll again, and you get to add those numbers together.
It's a 4 plus 1 for me. So I rolled a 4. Oh.
Okay, good. So go to roll again.
And a 2 plus 1. So that's 7.
7? Yeah, you absolutely succeed. And you get a plus 2 on top of that. So you end up rolling your window down. You're like, wow, this feels nice. And you end up shooting. And you see one of the hellhounds was actually about to jump onto the vehicle as you shoot, and it knocks it back just enough so that way it doesn't actually get onto the actual vehicle. And he goes like, "Nice shot." And in the back seat, Cicero is crying now at the cars rolling, and there's no seatbelts, and like there's a bunch of beasts that are clawing at the vehicle. What do you want to do, Hop?
Hey,
Comfort him. Say something. Tell him another conspiracy
yeah, I don't think that he doesn't want my candy.
theory. Yeah.
Also, too, nice shooting, man.
Don't you cry.
It's
I'm
like
gonna
time
sing
crunch.
him like lullabies or something.
Okay. So Charm.
What was that song?
Baby, don't you cry. Mama's gonna something.
Something.
Dude,
Alright.
He's like 5 years old. He's not a freaking he's not a toddler, all right?
For trying to sing, you get a plus 2 to your charm roll.
I rolled a 4.
4 plus 2?
Yeah, 6.
Okay, so with the 6, you're able to comfort him a little bit and keep his mind off things. He's kind of like trying to control his breathing and everything. And then we only got 10 minutes, so I'm going to fast forward this. So he ends up crashing through the actual chain link fence that separates the public from the actual school and rides across the actual grass through the playground and finds the actual storage facility conveniently that you guys need to go down, and then ends up coming to a hard stop. All of you guys roll a brawn check to try to see how rattled you get.
Ooh, 2.
2?
Rolled a 9.
9?
7 for me.
7?
8.
8? Okay, most of you guys are good, but you got so excited, you're like, yeah, I'm awesome. And then as it comes to a hard stop, you didn't prepare yourself enough, and you like crash against the dashboard. And you're kind of rattled, but ultimately like okay. And he goes, "You guys gotta get out because I gotta run. You guys don't want to be in this vehicle when they get onto over here." And he like, "Do you guys pile out?"
Yep.
Okay. You guys pile out, and unfortunately, it was in such speed and haste that you guys didn't get your bikes from the actual back. And as the moment that you guys close the door, the car disappears and is gone. And same with everything, like all of the hellhounds and everything. But you do find the staircase leading down to the door below. Do you guys descend the staircase?
Yeah.
Yep. We've come this far. We got to keep going.
And we don't have our bikes, so there's nowhere for us to go.
I know. But dude, the fate of the world depends on us, man. This is better than any game.
Well, let me get my Swiss Army knife out just in case.
Great.
Okay, so you look around and you feel like time has passed a little bit since there's a lot of overturned cars that you can see on the streets and people are running around and screaming and there's like chaos is erupted as is Haboob and is unnatural and covering everything. You descend the actual staircase to find that there actually is the door below and it's there, it's menacing, still as menacing and even more so than it was before because now that you're staring at it, it is cracked open slightly as purple mist is like floating from outside of it and eerie sounds are coming through it as Cicero kind of grabs hold of Hop's shirt and is just like, my stomach really hurts and he's terrified. At this time, you kind of know that you're supposed to just get him to the door and you're done, but you see a slender hand actually come out of the actual like doorway and as well as a beautiful like an ethereal sort of beautiful woman that you can kind of soon and goes like, I know who you all are, and I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do this. Come over to the door and help me open it, and I will give you all that this world can offer, and immense power and magic, and more so than any of these cult members. You don't have to actually like close it, and not only that, but if you try to close it, I will kill you, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. And she kind of says to you guys, what would you like to do?
No deal.
Absolutely not.
We saw what you did to Josh's parents.
Over
We're not
my
letting that
dead
happen.
body. I should change that phrase.
And then with that, she goes like, all right. And then you see that tendrils actually come out of the crack in the doorway and just slither into the room, grabbing at each one of your like extremities and all that kind of stuff.
Cass, are we supposed to light that candle now? I don't know what did she tell us to do? I forgot.
She said we had to light it. I don't know if we're at the right moment. Should I light it?
Is this the right moment? Yeah.
Any moment than this, light the candle.
All right.
Cool.
Do a flight check to go in and light the candle.
Flight check.
Flight or
All right.
grit, whichever you want to do.
I rolled a 4. What do I need to roll?
It was a 5. So
we'll use an adversity token then.
all right, perfect. You are able to succeed as you're like, oh shit, and you end up lighting the Walter Mercado candle, and then you like place it onto the ground as it shakes and it vibrates and it explodes in just illuminates the entire room. As you see a golden image, Sailor Moon-esque, as it spins into the ground or spins around in the air, and then you see Walter Mercado appear, and then he ends up appearing, and then ends up summoning all the astrological signs, and then shoots forward the portal as the woman behind the fiend, the beast that you guys all feared and was going to take over this town and everything, shrieks and cries and actually shrieks in sort of a Dragon Ball Z like fashion. Whenever a villain is destroyed, it's like no, and then the light like destroys it. That's what happens, and at this point, you have a moment where you can get Cicero to the door. To how many people go over to help out?
I think we should all go together.
All of us.
Okay, good job. So as you all go together to help him out, he puts his tiny little hands on the door, and you see it begin to close, supernaturally so. And then at the last final moment, you see the actual slender hand go and grab Hop's throat and try to crush him. Go ahead and make a brawn check.
Yeah, I had the Swiss Army knife. I want to, with the knife, I want to try to slice at that hand.
Sure. And then you can
Not
now
today,
like
demon.
actually like tie the luchador mask if you want to. Okay.
Good moment.
You do so, and you're like, oh shit! And suddenly, with a poof of light or poof of smoke, you end up becoming El Santo for just a few moments, as you have a rippling body that's all oiled up, and then you end up taking the hand and like ripping it off, and then tearing it actually off, and then you like stab
I
into it.
stabbed it. I stabbed it. I
Stabbed
was
it once,
blind.
yep.
I stabbed it.
And then you end up shutting this door, and you guys have like saved the town. The short, quick of it that we can get to like outros and all that kind of stuff. Is that as you guys get up from the actual staircase, you all breathe a sigh of relief as the monsoon and Haboob has cleared finally, and you see Azucena the witch actually standing there, and goes like, thank you guys so much for everything you've done. Unfortunately, there's so much chaos that's happened that I'm going to have to alter everyone's mind so that they can forget this incident. This is like the fourth time this month this happened, and then she ends up going like, thank you guys again, and then ends up stomping her cane twice, and then you guys end up waking up on a Monday morning. It's normal, no real problems. That you're like, wow, that freak monsoon ended up taking the lives of people in a car accident, and all these different things happen. Like conveniently explaining, why people are missing and everything. And you end up going to school. You have no recollection as to what happened at all. As you see each other at school, and something kind of pulls you and be like, maybe I should talk with them. I feel like a very fondness for my homies. And then at that point, you just go to your classes and live your lives and everything. And no one knows that you actually saved
the arcade after school, guys.
Yeah.
For old time's sake.
Yeah. Weirdest thing. I woke up this morning. There was an El Santo mask in my room.
What? That's crazy, dude.
On wrestling.
Well, you know what? I woke up and my shoulder hurt. Like I was like, it really hurt, and I was like, why does my shoulder hurt so much?
Hey, no excuses, Bella. I'm beating you at Tekken this time.
Oh my gosh. And it was my right side. So if you happen to beat me for one round, just know it was because of the shoulder. Maybe I slept on it wrong. I don't know.
And then with that, the audio fades away as the scene pans, and then to a blue lit sky and everything is good. So we're 3 minutes left, so let's go to do outros really quick. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. Make sure to donate. Starting with Utahime, where are you at? Where we can find more about you and everything?
I'm Utahime Cosplay. You can find me on Twitch at Utahime Cosplay, UTAHIME Cosplay. Also too on Facebook and Instagram, and then Brianna DeCoster on Twitter.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me.
And then Andrew?
What's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. You can find me on Twitter at Andrew J. Alandy, or you can find me on Twitch at Durilath. On there, would love to talk with you. Would love to meet you all. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, and then Alex?
So this has been awesome. This is super fun, and definitely you cannot find me online as easily as these fine folks. But I'm actively, I work with Latinx in gaming, so definitely I'm looking forward to being part of more of these events, and maybe you might see me online one of these days.
Yeah, and then Greg, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can follow me on my personal accounts on Twitter, Instagram, GregTheLeg_, or you can go YouTube, Sunny Day Studios. Days is DAZE, and also on Instagram, Sunny Day Studios altogether.
Nice. And I am DeAngelo Murillo, and I am a dungeon master for a lot of things, and I also write a bunch of articles, interview a lot of cool people at thegeeklife.com. That is thegeeklyfe. And we got 1 minute, so we're good. And thank you guys again. Make sure to donate. Latinx Gaming is amazing. Thank you so much for being a part of this, you guys, and for you guys watching. We really appreciate it. And we hope you guys.
Thank you, DeAngelo, for being our awesome GM.
Thank you. Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah, and then we should be